Gregorio. Antonio.
New York City, 6 a.m. An out-of-control satellite radio show is being broadcasted to millions of Americans. At the controls, Greg Hughes, a father.
Oh, this is perfect. This is how it should be.
Anthony Cumia, an alcoholic.
Hey, hi.
And Jim Norton, a comedian.
It's me. I work here.
Glad I got that one out.
Are we on live now? Is it happening? This is it?
The three men make up the Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program known for its cringe style of entertainment and having very few limits.
I like where this is going. I'm seeing a lot of options here.
This is like different than any other radio.
No telling what we're going to hear in here today. Tits, ass, tons of cuss words.
It's not like radio. It's like hanging out.
In the past, they have been accused of multiple FCC violations and have even gotten their show suspended from satellite radio.
This is why. This is American freedom of speech.
It's good on every level.
Insane.
Every second is funny.
Wildly funny.
And philosophically spotless.
Everything you are about to hear is real. Real people, real excitement. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Ooh. Ah, yes. And another week.
This
begins.
old gag.
This old gag. Gagarooney. Ooh.
How bad did John Jones beat Chael?
It was
Not many people were picking Son in the end.
Nah, I mean Jones is just too good, and it was bad. It was a weird night for UFC. There was a couple of eye pokes and just things that happened.
Yeah. And John Jones broke his toe?
Yeah, badly.
I saw the video.
Had the ref not stopped, I think the ref stopped it a couple seconds too soon. But literally, there was nothing Chael was going to do, and Jones's toe, I guess, was broken at that point. So what would have happened if the round finished is there's no way Jones could have come out for that second round. It's no way. So they would have had to have just stopped the fight, and I think Jones would have just kept the belt because he won the one round. They did fight decisively.
His toe was upside down.
It was terrible.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
Upside down.
And when you see the post-fight interview,
Yeah.
Jones was sitting there, and he reminded me of me when he kicked me. The feeling of, like, that feeling your body's going to, like, a slight shock from a certain visual or feeling. Because he was sitting down. Joe got him a bench to sit, like, they did the post-fight interview.
Right.
And then he looked down and realized his toe was broken during the interview. And he was like, he looked woozy. So Rogan got him a little chair to sit on, and you could see him holding his belt, like.
Is this it?
Let me see.
Light heavyweight champion of the world, Johnny Bones Jones.
Look at Rogan. He's an animal.
Yeah.
Look at Rogan.
See, he has no idea right there, Jones.
Oh, he looks
just
down.
looks down.
With the champ. Oh, he's got a broken foot. All right, have a seat.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, champ. First of all, I'm sorry about the injury. You okay to talk right now?
Yeah. All right, come on.
This has been this whole experience with coaching
he's breathing
on the
heavier.
show with Chael, and then competing against him with all the trash talk and everything. Very unusual situation. Give us your take on it all now that it's over and you're victorious.
Well, I wasn't planning on breaking my big toe. It's all nasty, man.
See.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Jamaica after this. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, look.
He didn't even know.
Obviously, you're in some serious pain, man. I'd love to talk to you about this if you can, though. Can you talk?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I was just so happy to get past Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen's an awesome opponent. We went through a lot of drama. And it motivated me a lot. So
you were very serious and very motivated leading up to this fight. Was it because of all the trash talk you wanted to make sure that there was no way this guy beat you?
Squeezing the belt.
Definitely. I really wanted to try to Chael Sonnen, and I think I did a good job at that.
Yeah, that was what I wanted to ask you about. Like your strategy, you chose to go after him and clinch with him and take him to the ground and do to him what he planned to do to you. Why did you do that? Just to prove it to him?
Yeah, my coach teaches me to have a screw that attitude. So if people are saying you're going to get out wrestled, you got to say, screw that, I'm going to out-wrestle him. You're like, don't accept being lesser than other people. You owe it to yourself to believe and to work really hard.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Man.
He looked.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he went, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it looked like, I'm sure it was very painful, but I think it was also the shock of seeing it.
How'd he break it? I didn't get to watch the fights.
They don't show you during the fight. You saw the video. Bob Kelly posted a video on his Twitter of it.
Yeah.
It gets caught in the mat while he's doing something, and you could just see it bend. See you to Bobby's Twitter. We've seen. Here you go, right there.
Oh my God!
It goes upside down.
It goes.
It's like the only thing holding it on is the skin, almost.
Holy shit! That's fucked up.
That's a rough one.
That's fucked up.
Can you take that? No.
No, that's painful.
I like how it just goes.
Yeah, it flips over.
But the adrenaline, he might have thought he was cramping in that moment. I would love to ask him, what did you think? Did you notice anything in that moment?
God.
Yeah, let's put that up on our Facebook there, Iraq, Opie and Anthony, if you want to see John Jones's toe. If you haven't seen it yet, just completely flip over.
I'll tell you the highlight of that night for me, though, was fucking Big Country, Roy Nelson, fucking knocking out Czech Congo. Roy Nelson is a fucking behemoth.
Yeah, he's a big fat guy, right? He destroyed him.
It's like a fucking cannonball. His right hand is like a fucking cannonball.
Jimmy, I think you got it wrong. If he doesn't come out for the second round, I think he loses.
No, because
why?
They had an injury earlier,
right?
An eye poke, and
but the eye poke's illegal, right?
Yes.
I think there's a difference. I think if you can't come out because you broke your toe, I think you lose.
Oh, you know what? Is that you might be right?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. You may
because it's not an illegal move, breaking your toe.
But I think that the fight, the eye poke's illegal, but it's incidental. It wasn't on purpose.
I'd like to know the answer to this.
And they wound up judging by the rounds they'd already fought.
Right.
Do you know the rules on that, Mars?
Oh, I'm sorry, Opie, you're absolutely right. If they would have stopped it, Chael Sonnen would have won.
Wow.
You can't continue. Even if you wanted to continue, you have a protruding bone coming out your skin, broken skin.
Right.
You can't.
Oh, see, I thought that they would have. What they do there is that they judge the round that they already fought. But I guess you're right. If a fighter can't face, but if it's a broken toe,
yeah, man, that's just bad luck, I think. And how bad did he beat him in the first round?
He beat him badly enough. I mean, it was extremely dominant. Wow, I didn't know. So when they did the eye poke. Remember, there was an eye poke that stopped the fight, which Rogan was just raving about the gloves, so they got to just figure those gloves out because people keep getting poked.
Right.
What? How come they gave it to the guy, I think, who did the poking? Like Bisping, Michael Bisping.
Oh, he got it? I think it was past the first round. How many rounds did they go through?
They were, I think, in the third, but they were still almost finished with the third. They had to stop the fight. Oh, maybe the difference is one time they had to stop the fight, and once is you don't answer the bell. I wonder if anybody out there knows the answer to that. And I would love to know.
And you get penalized for an eye poke, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
if it's on purpose.
If it's on purpose.
Right, of course. Yeah, I think Chael would have won if John Jones doesn't come out for the second round.
Yeah, that ref kind of stopped. He was getting beat up, but he kind of stopped it a little too early.
I think so,
just
too. A couple seconds.
Just give him a little more time.
Really?
Yeah.
Want to ask Chael that? Maybe he's happy that
yeah, right.
He stopped it a couple seconds
He was,
early.
but then afterwards it was a good stoppage.
He did say that?
Yeah, because I think Bones, he just realized he was in trouble.
Fuck, that toe flipping over. How long does that take to heal?
Oh, that thing just...
Oh,
you could see exactly when it popped. It just spun over.
Oh, God.
That's bad.
We would have to take a week off from radio if that happened.
A week? Please, a month.
It's not a man. There's not a person in this room that could take that.
I would get all woozy and queasy thinking about it. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm all right. The doctor said it and everything's close. Like, oh, I think I'm going to throw up. I'd be all woozy.
That's what he looked like. He was going to just vomit.
Yeah.
If you are the champ, you need to be beat. You can't lose by default. So, wow, we'd still have a conversation here. Let's say hi to Chris on Long Island. Chris.
Hey, how you doing? Hope, how you doing?
All right, brother.
That's always been the rule in boxing going way back is that if you are the champ, you can't just lose by some sort of default or by technicality or something. You're already the champ, so you have to actually be beat.
All right, but he has a broken toe, so that's him being beat.
No, that's an accident or injury or something.
I don't know if it's Let me ask you a question. I don't know if Hope's right because, like, say a boxer can't face the 8th round. He sits there and he cannot come out because of injuries. Now, I know it's a difference between a toe and this and what if you have a broken cheekbone and you can't come out? Don't you lose?
A lot of people saying John would have lost the fight.
I'm thinking that you're right, that he would have. I hadn't put that together like that, but you're right.
I understand your point, Chris, but I think this means he would have lost the fight. He couldn't come out for the second round. Because
everybody would have accepted if you're the champ. When you're the champ, you actually.
But he didn't break his toe because of something that was done illegally by Chael Sonnen.
It's got it. No, it doesn't matter. It would have to be. It'd have to be a knockout or you know a.
I don't know about that.
I'm standing with my my original thought. I think John Jones would have lost.
Yeah, I think you're right. I hadn't.
If he didn't come out for the second round.
Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree.
All right.
That was a good point, that you can't come out after the bell. Yeah, it's a broken toe, but again, especially in mixed martial arts, where heel hooks are legal, like if you're fighting someone and you break their arm and they can't come out, you win the fight.
Yes, if you're not fighting the champ.
No, but even if you're fighting the champ, if you break his arm, say me and Jones are fighting, and I was the champ.
All right, Jimmy's
so let's
the
say,
champ.
more realistically, Jones broke my arm at the end of the first round. Jones breaks my arm, so I go and sit down and I realize I can't come out and face the bell. They're going to say it's a draw because Jones broke my arm? No, I lose.
Yeah, and I know that. I've seen that, but I think the thing with the champion.
Well, now it's I think.
Yeah, no, I know why you're saying that. You have to beat the champion. Like, you have to really, you can't just squeak past the champion. You have to beat him for his belt. But in this case, I think that counts as beating him for his belt, even though it's not what Chael would have wanted, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen.
He tripped and hurt his foot. He didn't actually.
As long as everything is on the up and up and legal, I think John Jones loses if he doesn't come out for the second round.
He didn't trip and hurt it, so what do you mean?
Yeah, I think what you're talking about, if Chael Sonnen was just giving him illegal eye pokes over and over again and he couldn't come out for the second round, then you got a situation like you're talking about, I believe.
It's a very tricky situation.
A very tricky situation.
And we're all believing, I think.
All right, Chris.
I'm going to hang up and listen to myself on the radio.
All right. You did a good job, Chris. Be proud. Be proud.
I wish it wasn't so early in L.A. we could talk to Joe.
I know.
We'll find out by the end of the show.
Oh, we certainly will.
I do believe you lose.
I think you're right, actually.
Let's see what the phones are saying. A lot of people saying, yeah, John Jones would have lost. I can explain why. What would have happened at the... Okay, this guy could explain from Canada. Travis, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. So, my personal understanding, what I think Jones would have lost the fight because he couldn't continue. However, the way Dana White kind of likes to go things, he probably would have kept on to the interim belt for light heavyweight, and they just would have held a rematch. So there kind of would have been the two title holders for the class, or the weight class, until...
Now you're throwing a whole nother fucking monkey wrench.
But can they do that? Because it's governed by the athletic commission, so what are the rules?
Yeah, man, I don't know if Dana White can do
well,
that.
You gotta,
there's got to be a rule. There's got to be a written ruling.
Yeah, what is the actual rule?
The actual rule.
You break your toe, and it was no illegal activity, so now you can't come out for the second round. Who wins the fight?
I think you're right.
I think John Jones wins the fight. Loses the fight at that point, right?
Yeah, if you can't continue, you lose the fight.
Right.
Even if you're the champ.
It's the same kind of thing with Georges St. Pierre when he got hurt. He got hurt, and they had to create the interim belt until he can continue.
Boy, didn't he get hurt? Hold on. Didn't he get hurt in training for the fight?
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
This is different.
Oh, my God.
All right, Travis.
Hands down.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I think he got hurt. He got hurt training for a fight.
Everyone has the answer until you pick up their fucking call, and they blurt out nonsense.
Well, we're going to take one more because this guy says I could give you the actual rule.
Oh, okay.
David in Texas.
What's up, boys?
Hey, man.
Good. Okay, so here's the deal. Under the MMA Unified rules, it's considered a medical disqualification by John Jones. So he would have lost the belt. Chael would have become the light heavyweight champion. The deal with the interim belts is if the champion's not able to defend his belt.
Right.
So there wouldn't be any interim championships until, for example, if John Jones would have won the fight, but then he would have broke his toe during training, and then he couldn't defend his belt. Then for X period of time, for example, with Dominic Cruz, right? It took 18 months before Dana decided to go through and create an interim belt, which is when Faber and Barao fought. So, and then they created a unified or the interim title, and then Cruz is still out right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, so basically it would have been considered a medical disqualification. Jones would have lost. Hale would have become the
light heavyweight champ. Wow, okay. Thank you very much, man. That was well said. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Light heavyweight champ. And then the next fight, obviously, that would have been a rematch.
Right.
And,
they would have done an immediate rematch as soon as. Now, the bad part about that is it would have totally screwed up the deal for the John Jones Anderson Silva super fight.
be honest with you, Silva's fighting Weidman.
Oh, sorry.
He's fighting Weidman next, Chris Weidman. That fight will probably happen. I'm guessing they're waiting for something like legalization in New York or something.
They're talking like that is absolutely going to happen. Jones Silva.
That's
Holy
what
shit.
they're talking about. Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
The UFC 20th anniversary is coming up in November, and apparently, Dana won't disclose exactly who Silva's talking about, but apparently Silva came up to White after the fight, said that he wants his next fight after Weidman to be a super fight. So I think what we're probably going to see is since Jones all hopped up right now on, he tied Tito Ortiz's record on this last fight for most title defenses. So on his next one, he's going to go for, obviously breaking the record. And Silva's fought at 205 like a whole bunch of times. So my guess is going to be that they're probably going to go for the 20th anniversary in November and have Silva go up to 205 and then fight Jones. And then basically Jones is going to have to prove whether or not he's man enough to be able to take Silva down at 205.
I think you're incorrect, and I think Silva's going to fight George St. Pierre.
Because St. Pierre wants to fight Johnny.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think so.
Yeah, but I think Dana White would give him a relatively easy fight to get the record, don't you think?
Who, Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, somebody else before November, maybe.
Relatively easy.
I don't know about that. With the sheer amount of money that would bring in with the super fight between Jones and Silva, because if you look at like any of the MMA forums, they've been going crazy over Jones Silva for months now.
Yeah.
Right on.
Because George St. Pierre, he just finished doing the Captain America movie, the new Captain America movie, and he just got finished wrapping up with that. He wants to do the Johnny Hendricks fight. The thing with GSP when it comes down to the super fight with Silva is there's this big contention on basically George St. Pierre wants Silva to come all the way down to 170, which is craziness because Silva walks around at like 225, 230. So he basically wants that cut to be as painful as humanly possible for him in order to be able to fight at 170. So they've already had like this back and forth deal with, Silva agreeing that he'd fight at 177 and then GSP camp and Prince Abari saying that they wanted to come all the way down to 174. They've had all this out like multiple times. So I really think GSP doesn't really want to go down that road. So I think it's probably going to be Jones Silva.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy, very much. Good
This
call,
guy
maybe.
knows things.
Yeah, this guy definitely knows his
He
shit.
knows things.
Thank you, David.
Yeah,
Might be right.
Hey, Jimmy, come back to Dallas, man.
Thank you, buddy. I was just in Austin. It was very good.
They told Kennedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Dallas.
I was going to go to Dallas until I saw my picture with treason written over it. Wanted for treason.
How was Austin, man?
It was good. I mean, it was a midnight show Saturday night, and I'm like, I had heard that when Jeselnik was on, people were yelling, not like nasty, but they were just yelling like, do rape joke, like they were just, being crazy and loud.
Yikes.
And I haven't talked to Anthony, so I'd be interested to hear if it was fun, if he enjoyed it. But I was like a little worried about it. I'm like, fuck, man, it's the last show of the festival. It's late. It ain't sold out. It's after 2 Gaffigan sold out fucking extravaganzas. But it turned out to be great. I mean, the crowd was excellent. The theater was excellent. And fuck, the festival took good care of me, the Moontown Festival.
Yeah.
Me and Ant, we sit here last Friday looking at little Jimmy Norton. And now we see you again today. And in between, you go out there and see the world.
He's out and about. He's out there.
I was in Texas, yeah.
In the world.
I did Mark's
Just seeing
podcast.
the country.
Yeah. It was weird. I was a little nervous about doing the podcast too, because we had that. I mean, everything's okay. Everybody's freaked out about Mark.
Yeah,
we're happy with for him.
I explained on Twitter. I never had a problem with Mark Maron personally. That's why I never mentioned him by name. He was caught in the crossfire.
Right.
I mean, the fact is, Howard Stern makes a deal with either publicists or guests or whatever the fuck, and the company allows it to happen where no one's allowed to talk to his guests before he does. So Mark got kind of caught up in that.
Yeah, and then Mark's like, no, I was just already flying out the next day. He's like, I'll change my flight. Like, he was really shocked that whole thing happened, and he wasn't being a dick, and he wasn't blowing, So I was really happy to hear that. He was genuinely surprised at the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw him that night. We chatted beforehand. And I was, the podcast was all, like, with myself and some alternative, quote-unquote alternative, like, just not my crowd at all.
Right.
It was Janine Garofalo, and...
How's she?
She's nice. It's funny. Janine and I had never really spoken until last year when I shot something with her. Not with her, with the same director she had used. Because I liked how her special looked physically. So when I shot Please Be Offended, I was using the same director. So I'm like, I don't know anybody who used him. I said, Janine Garofalo did. I said to my manager, can you call her manager and see would she mind me emailing? So I wanted to ask her a couple of questions. And so John gets back to me. He goes, well, she doesn't have email. She's just not into that shit at all. She goes, but she said
she's not into that shit.
She just doesn't have it. But
a lot of people have email but they're not into it.
She does not have it.
You kind of have to have email.
And he said, but she said, you're more than welcome to call us.
Wow.
So she gave me her number, and I called. We talked for a while. She was really sweet. So the first time I've seen her in a year was Friday night. And it was nice. I got a chance to thank her and talk about the experience, and she was great. She was really fucking nice. And we had never spoken person to person other than the occasional bump into each other and just didn't talk. So it was nice seeing her. And Maria
Would you fuck her?
You know what? It's funny. I don't think she would, but she looks good, man. I mean, she's slim and she looked really good. I was looking at her while I was talking. I was like, I don't think she gave me that vibe at all.
Oh.
But if the opportunity presented itself, of course. I'm not an idiot.
Goody for you.
Maria Bamford.
She's really funny, right?
Maria, yeah, she's great.
I've only seen clips here and there, but she fucking cracks me up. She's a strange bird.
She's very strange.
Is she crazy?
No.
She's nuts.
She's nutty.
She comes across nuts.
Yeah.
She's in Voss and Bonnie's movie, and she fucking has some great scenes in it.
Yeah, she's funny. She's definitely her own person. She's certainly not like any other comic.
Right.
Todd Barry was on it, and Michael Ian Black, who was hilarious on it, and Mark and Dom Herrera went out for a while too.
It's a lot of people for a podcast.
Yeah, Mark brings you out, talks to you, and then you move down one seat. It was a few hundred people, and Dom had to leave because he had another gig. And Bill Burr was supposed to be right after me, but Burr ran late on his show, I think, so he didn't make it over. So we wound up talking about sex and stuff, and he was asking me about the Ron Jeremy story, and I felt like I was like, oh God, I'm being so dirty. I felt like I was wrecking his podcast. Because that crowd, like when you listen to all those other acts, they had a certain rapport and it's almost like being in front of an Opie and Anthony audience and coming out and doing something that wouldn't work for that audience. But the crowd liked it. It was fun and it felt comfortable. But I just felt like self-conscious, which is probably just my own shit. Because Mark's like, no, I loved it. So I felt better, but I felt like, oh fuck, I'm being too dirty. You get self-conscious about your own shit.
But you're smart.
Yeah, but I was talking piss. I mean, he was asking me about golden showers, and I talked to who wouldn't want to talk about it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it was a very fun weekend in Austin. I did not love the food in the hotel. That was my only complaint.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. What happened?
It just wasn't amazing.
God, what did they do wrong?
It wasn't great.
Oh, God.
24-hour, though?
What can we do to make that better?
Kenny noticed it, too.
Did Kenny rub your belly? Everything okay?
He rubbed my shoulders. And I rubbed his because he complained, too.
All right. Long story short, Mark Maron will be doing our show Thursday.
Yes.
Thursday,
yeah.
Nice.
And it was nice seeing Opie out and about last night.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out there a little more. I did 2 things in a week.
Two things?
Did Amy Schumer's premiere party.
Right.
I mean, Amy Schumer's show. When does it start officially?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. I think she's going to do really well, man.
Amy is going to do fine.
Her show is really, really fucking funny.
Yeah.
And then last night, Roland texted me around 6:15 to remind me that I got tickets to Mike Tyson.
You got tickets to Mike Tyson.
And I in my head, I thought it was Tuesday. So I'm planning for Tuesday, get a babysitter. Me and the wife will probably go or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? And my wife was gone all day yesterday doing some shit. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to, make it in time. Long story short, though, she got home and I ran up to the Beacon Theater to check out Mike Tyson's one-man show. Holy fuck, was it good, huh, Jim?
It was unbelievable.
You got to go, Ant. I know he's playing Westbury, I think.
Sunday.
This coming Sunday.
Yeah.
Tickets still available, so I highly recommend if you're close to Westbury Music Fair, whatever.
Oh, certainly.
What do they call it now?
I don't know. It's some bank theater.
It's the Westbury Music Fair.
Westbury Music Fair.
I would highly recommend you see this. He's a funny guy, man.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's fucking hilarious.
And wasn't it great? He talked in like his own Like, you don't feel like you're reading some politically correct or hearing some politically correct script. I mean, that's how this guy talks to people. He wasn't. The language was fucking brutal and funny and honest, and there was no mincing bullshit. No, like, trying to be nice when he didn't have to be nice. It was just honest.
Yeah, real honest.
Well, from what you were saying, he wasn't really fessing up to.
I was telling Ann, like, he doesn't really want to fess up too much, though. He didn't rape Desiree Washington.
Got an excuse for everything.
Biting Evander Holyfield was not his problem. It was the refs not doing their job.
Sal should do a fucking show then. He could get on and talk about how he doesn't do anything that he's responsible for.
Robin Givens was the real problem. He wasn't the problem. I didn't know Robin Givens was going out with Brad Pitt.
Yeah. I remember hearing that story many years ago.
Yeah.
Tyson and Robin Givens were sort of broken up, but they were still kind of fooling around with each other. And Tyson went to the house, waiting for Robin Givens, and coming up the long driveway in a car that he bought for her is Robin Givens with some blonde in the passenger seat. It turns out to be Brad Pitt.
Could have been OJ right there.
And then Brad Pitt pops out of the car, realizes it's Mike Tyson, and just how Tyson tells the story. It's terrific. It's really funny, man. Really funny.
I actually believe him about Desiree Washington now, though. I actually believe it when he talked about it. And I believed it when he talked about it in Tobac's story because of the way he was so fucking angry at her still. Because he said something like, there's a lot of shit I've done that I should have went to jail for, but this was not one of them.
Right.
There's something about the way he addresses her and the anger, especially in that Tobac thing when he was raw and fresh out of rehab. Like, I believe his fucking venom at Don King. And he talks about being a crook and a fucking criminal, and he talks about what happened with that fucking 12-year-old girl when he was 15 and how people did get it wrong, but he confesses to that,
right?
And to drugs and fucking. I thought he was pretty open about a lot of stuff, but the stuff that people got wrong, he was really bothered by.
Yeah, I wish he got into the Don King stuff a little more.
Yeah.
He would mention Don King throughout the show and just basically say "fuck you, Don King." That's as far as he would really go. But at one point, you learn that Mike Tyson had $400 million in the bank, and he doesn't have anywhere near that anymore.
That's a lot of fucking cake.
When he got out of jail,
he doesn't have anything
How do you
close
go
to that.
400 million.
Bad people around you.
Wow, that's a lot of bad people.
Well, he finally audited like Don King and Don King's people and stuff, trying to figure out where the fuck all his money was going. And Don King was charging him $8,000. Was it a day or a week? $8,000 a week for towels.
For towels.
Towels.
Don King actually billed Mike Tyson $8,000 a week for towels.
What a fucking cock.
That's almost $100,000 for the year.
It's more than that. $8,000 a week times 52 weeks is over $400,000 a year.
What was I thinking? A month.
You're probably thinking a month. You're thinking 96,000.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I was thinking a month.
Yeah, that's
holy fuck.
Yeah.
You're right. Well over 400,000.
And he even repeated it for the balcony. He's like, people in the balcony, they're not feeling me down here. 8,000 a week for towels.
Holy fuck! You're right.
Yeah.
Oh. I was thinking for a month. Yeah, holy shit.
That's like 430,000 or something a fucking year in towels.
But he tells a great story. I think he talked for an hour and 40 minutes, I want to say.
I can't believe it was that long.
And there was no intermission. You didn't need an intermission. Wow. I loved it. When it ended, I was kind of bummed because I was definitely ready to, hear some more stuff. Because, there's big chunks of his career that he just couldn't get into too much. Because he had so much shit that happened to this guy. Amazing.
The Cuss stuff was fucking fascinating. His relationship with Cus D'Amato,
right?
And there's at one point where he talks about breaking away from his friends, and how that one guy said, "No, this is don't." They were going to go out, and he said he was getting with Cuss, and he was going to go out and keep robbing people. And the one guy stopped him. Like you said, the guy was a 5%er, which was this hardcore black dudes doing, getting high, and he's like, just don't.
And then
don't do it.
And that 5%er dude ended up dying.
He got shot a week later. Yeah,
a week after he was talking to Tyson.
Whoops.
But there's so many fucking near misses with Mike Tyson, and so many things that should have derailed him early on. And it's interesting that he fucking he made it through, and
he was great.
I loved it. Again, I loved
called
it.
Spike Lee a racist a couple times.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, because there's some things in the. I don't want to give the whole fucking thing away.
Some very funny reveals and shit.
Yeah, yeah, all right. He says something, and you're like, wow, that's kind of racist. And then he goes, that's some Spike Lee shit. He wrote it to this,
that's Spike's
into this
racist
show.
ass. It was very funny.
Oh, funny.
and I went back afterwards. You guys could have, too, but I know you were tired.
I was tired. I needed to fucking sleep.
And I got my... I had to get my... Mike was so fucking nice. He was
Backstage.
so fucking nice. And, I got a picture with him and Bobby Kelly. And, you know how the champ is. Gave me a hug. You know,
Well.
But then I was like, fucking Jake LaMotta was right there. And I'm like, I took one with Bobby and Jake. I'm like, I gotta get Tyson and Jake. Like, can I do that?
Oh, you must have been like, I gotta make this. Were you obsessing?
Well, not really, because I didn't want to. I was like, we've interviewed him.
Not
and
really
stuff.
means yes, by the way. I don't listen to the not really anymore. He was obsessing.
But I wasn't
thinking how great that picture would
right.
be.
I wasn't going to interfere with Mike talking to other people because I didn't want to monopolize his time. And the publicist took amazing care of us, and her, she was great to us. So I'm like, I didn't want to interfere. So I said to Mike at one point, he had a second by himself. I'm like, hey, Mike, can I get a shot with you and Jake? And he goes, yeah. And he actually, we had to walk over. So he walked me over.
Jeez, you got balls.
Mike made that happen.
Right.
That picture, because we had to walk over. They weren't just standing together.
Right.
For me to get the picture you got, those guys would have to be not even talking to each other, because then I would feel like I'm interrupting them. They would have to just be standing right next to each other.
No, with enough space in between for you to jump in.
Would you be able to go to Mike Tyson and go, can I get a picture with you and Jake LaMotta?
No.
Not even.
No.
It's not even a thought in my head to try to work that out.
Well, they had stood together and were talking and taking pictures, but I didn't want to interrupt them. That's why I didn't get it when they were together.
That's why you're
Only
better
an
than us with
obsessed
this shit.
psychopath does that.
But dude, look at that
Mike,
shot.
you mind if we
know.
get a picture with Jake LaMotta and then Mike has to walk you over to Jake?
Yeah.
No, I would collapse before that happened.
Look at that shot, though. Like, that's fucking
great picture.
Tyson and the Raging Bull, man. I'm out of my mind for that shot.
And everyone knew when Jake LaMotta entered the Beacon Theater, he's an old man with this big black Johnny Cash type cowboy hat. And he took his seat. I'm sure he blocked someone's view because he refused to take his hat off.
Bill George Obama, could we get a picture with Jimmy over there? And could you guys come over here? And
Right. No. Not a chance.
He's 91, LaMotta.
That's 91,
He's
huh?
90 fucking one.
No kidding.
And I went on YouTube and I got home, which is why I mentioned this moment, because I was just thinking about Jake and like how
91.
he was like retired before Ali fought. Like before Ali became.
Yeah.
And he fought Sugar Ray Robinson 6 times. And I was watching some footage, the final fight. Like, I think he only beat Ray once. But he knocked Ray down for a 9 count once. He knocked him through the ropes one time.
Jesus.
And Sugar Ray never got him down. So I was watching the stoppage of when Ray Robinson fucking was pummeling LaMotta. And how LaMotta almost went down and he didn't go down. I was like, he was a fucking tough son of a bitch.
Hey, Ray, you never knocked me down, Ray.
That's exactly what
You never knocked me down, Ray.
In the real fight, you don't see him address him. I don't know if he does or not, but they show, like, LaMotta is. It's like the 13th round is beating.
All swollen and bloody. You never knocked me down, Ray.
Ray is fucking pummeling him.
Why didn't he go down from these blows? What the fuck? Wow,
He
that
was-
uppercut. He should have went down.
This could be one of their 6 fights, but he was just a tough.
All right.
Is this the final fight, Sam? Do you know or no?
The St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
That might be their 5th fight, where I think that Robinson won a decision. I'm not sure. But
He could take some massive punches.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I hear Tyson might stop by and say hi. He's not officially booked, but he might stop
be
by
nice.
and say hi. We've had him on twice already.
He's great.
He's awesome. I just want to hug him. I just want to hug the guy.
So ask him for a hug.
Well, I don't need it that bad. I'm just saying.
Mike, he loved your show so much he wanted to hug you, but he was embarrassed.
I'd hug Tyson in a second.
He hugged me. I was like, a couple of friends just hugging.
Dude, it was just great, man. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It really was.
And
the Mitch Green story, oh my God. It went on for like 10, 15 minutes. He didn't mind. It was hilarious.
But you realize how crazy Mitch Green is. Mm-hmm. Mitch Green's a scare. Like, there's one point where Mike said that Mitch used to rob and fucking strong arm all these drug dealers in the neighborhood. Mitch is 6'6", and they showed that video during the thing.
Yeah, he was calling. Here, this is worth playing.
This is Mitch in '86.
Yeah, this is around the time he fought Tyson.
It's a video taunting Tyson.
Yeah.
I want me some Michelle Sisley Tyson. He's a homo. Oh, baby. Something do a simulation. Dog, he ugly. Tyson ugly. He a homo. Remember to say national. Michelle Steele Tyson is a homo. Baby.
A homo.
And he's flexing.
Yeah, he's like his muscles talking.
He could have been a WWE superstar, Mitch Green.
He's fearless, too.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Because Tyson's just going through the story about just beating the shit out of that famous story at Dapper Dan's in Harlem, that street fight. And just Mitch wouldn't stay down. Like, what a tough, crazy fucking dude, man.
Tyson has a lot of stories in him. I feel like somehow the show could continue with him just, throwing in new stories and stuff, right?
Without a doubt. There'll be other things. Dude, you could see it again, and because there's a couple of things I didn't remember from the first one that might have been slightly different or tuned up a little bit. And
you saw the show already. That's right.
I fucking loved it as much the second time.
Nice.
And he could do this again in a year and have
throw in a couple little
absolutely
like Don King stories would be great.
He talked about Buster and beating the shit out of him, and it was really good, man.
You don't like Don King?
No, he hates him.
He fucking hates Don King, and took a stab at Puff Daddy.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was friendly, though.
Well, back in the day, Tyson had all the money and was throwing the parties. And he basically is hinting at to Puff. And I think he says Puff Daddy. He says, maybe it's time to return the favor. Let me party with some of your money now.
Yeah, he beat Mitch Green in the ring. I think it was a decision, though. Wasn't it? Do you know? Right now he's on Fox and Friends.
So he's across the street. Yeah, we might get him in here to say hi today. That'd be cool, especially since we saw the show yesterday. So for us locally, Westbury Music Fair, he'll be there Sunday, and I'm telling you, I highly recommend you get a ticket, especially if you know anything about Tyson and you're into boxing. It's great.
Yeah, it's well worth it, and there's a lot of...
I want to give away so much more because it would be so much fun to talk about.
But just say go see it. And then,
down the road, maybe we'll talk about it more.
Yeah, because he's got a bunch. Go to MikeTysonTour.com. There's a bunch of West Coast dates and stuff. The people who have it all over the country, who he's going out farther with it.
I had a real old couple sitting next to me. Like, they had to be in their 80s. And the one woman, like, just aggressively was taking the armrest. And at one point, we're just kind of snuggling together. Like, because I'm trying to squish in my seat, and her old lady arm is up against mine. Like,
hate that.
Like, if you were just, I'm trying to even think, like, I don't know, in a coffee shop and there was an old lady there, you would never snuggle up to them. But because you're in the theater, it's okay to
you got to be like right
basically
on
snuggling
top of them,
with the person next to you. And it's all cool that you're touching arms the whole show and stuff. But I want to know who they were. I'm trying to figure it out. Because Spike Lee came over to make sure they were sat properly and they didn't need anything.
Oh, really?
Oh, was Spike there? I didn't see.
Maybe it was the Zimmerman parents. He was paying them back for giving out their address. See, I went there.
I didn't see him last night.
He was 3 feet away from me.
He sat and watched the show?
No, he just made sure this couple that was right next to me was all set up. I don't know who they were. They kind of looked familiar, and it's driving me nuts. Is there any pictures from last night?
I'm sure there are, but there was no red carpet or anything.
They probably were
backstage. There's a picture of Jake LaMotta and Mike Tyson with an adoring fan in between them.
Oh, yes.
Jimmy, they were going backstage. Really old white couple.
What was the guy wearing?
Oh, God, I don't know.
He wasn't wearing a crazy jacket, though.
I don't know. Theater clothes. They were dressed to
they all dressed up.
You know what? Yeah. You never know. It may have been a cousin of Custamatos, or it may have been a guy producing, a silent partner producer. It might be one of those guys.
And she had that horrendous old lady perfume, the stuff that makes your eyes water. It
smells
so
like
bad.
Raid.
I don't know what
fucking
the fuck
bug
is
spray.
It? What is it?
Old lady fucking perfume smells like bug spray.
It's over the top flowery.
Terrible.
But it's like the shitty flowers, I guess you could find. It's horrible, but for some reason, women get older and they just love that scent. It's brutal.
It's the smell of dried up fucking ovaries. Old.
How was your weekend, Aunt?
Oh, I had a little birthday party at my house.
Yeah.
For the little kids.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Fucking people. Yeah, Melinda's sister and brother-in-law, 2 of their kids, it was their birthday, so they came over, and we had a little birthday party for them and stuff. And I took a picture and tweeted it, and then 90 fucking tweets back. Hey, is Uncle Paul there? Look out for Uncle Paul. Hey, did you invite Uncle Paul? Uncle Paul, Uncle Paul. It's like, you got to know, like by 12, 14 hours after I posted it, that I've heard the joke, that I've heard the Uncle Paul joke. And then coming in a close second was Booger Couch jokes. You throw away your couch, look out for boogers. Hey, is there a booger on the couch? Better check the couch for boogers. Where's Uncle Paul? Did Uncle Paul...
Maybe Uncle Paul put a booger on the couch.
Oh, wow, look out. I wish somebody would have said that. Maybe it would have been
You could combine the two.
Would have been a little more original.
Yeah.
Oh, they just fucking went on. But, yes, I had like a little party at the house. And then...
Wait. Did the kids like the dinosaur?
Oh, they fucking love the dinosaur.
Well, you can't just skip past that.
They all take pictures with the dinosaur.
They were out of their minds for the dinosaur, right?
Love the dinosaur. They were a little disappointed that my pool wasn't open. The guys are coming today to start work on that. But, yeah, they loved it. And then 3 kids from next door come over.
They just come over?
Well, there's kids, like, they're playing in the yard and stuff. Because it was like a birthday party, so there's a bunch of fucking kids in the yard. And then, kids, they could just walk up and go, hi, you're my friend. They're fucking retarded. And they're hanging out.
That's kind of true.
It's fucking hilarious. Like,
you're not my friend.
Yeah. Hey, you're my friend now. I met you for fucking 2 seconds.
Now I get to go into your awesome place.
Hey, we're the same size. You're my friend. It's the only criteria you really need.
Are they the neighbors' kids?
Yeah.
So the neighbors have kids.
Yeah, I've seen them because they usually, I just hear from the other side of the fence, Mister, can you throw the basketball over? Yeah, right. Dunk, dunk. Yeah, so they were playing. So then they're having the cake for the kid, and I noticed, like, there's 3 kids that I don't recognize.
In your house?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
in my
great.
house, and now they're eating cake and stuff. And then, like, they were there until like 11:30 at night. I'm just thinking, where are the fucking parents going? Where are my kids?
Wait, the parents weren't inside either?
No, we never saw the parents at all.
Because usually they come together in a situation like that.
At some point, you think the parents come over and go, hi, I'm from next door.
Right. I saw my kids come in.
Yeah.
No,
nothing.
Really?
Not a fucking peep.
How old are the kids?
They were probably maybe 10. Maybe 10, maybe 9.
Yeah.
And then they're fucking like, they're running around downstairs blabbing karaoke and then back upstairs. Then I just walk in. One kid's like, got the remote. He's watching TV. What the fuck is this? It's 11:30.
You lost control of your house years
ago. I did.
Ago.
No, I lost control of my house like this weekend, that's for sure.
Oh. I think you lost control a while ago. No.
Do you? Yeah.
You always come in with a good story.
It's fucking crazy. It's because I don't care. It's fucking fun and all. So, yeah, we just like hung out. It was pretty good. We're birthday weekend, so it was a little more difficult.
Your birthday weekend?
Yeah, it was.
Did you do anything cool?
Yeah. No, hung out. Hung out pretty much mellow. Dinner things, shit like that. But, yeah,
wait, how did the kids leave? Did they finally leave on their own, or did the parents finally ring your doorbell?
They finally left on their own. They just left like 11:30. I was outside,
right?
So yeah, I didn't see when they left, but yeah, like Jen came over and told me that, like, oh yeah, they finally left. Like, Jesus, you'd think the parents would like.
Now your friends.
11:30. It's and then we were interrogating the kids. It was hilarious. Some of my other guests, like Buddy and stuff, and it was Vinny. Vinny was over, so he was asking the kids. He's like, "So, do your parents ever talk about the parties that go on here?"
No.
And the kid's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, what do they say? That you're loud." He goes, and the other kid goes, "Yeah, one night we heard a lot of cursing."
Wow.
And then he goes, "Yeah, sometimes my mom and dad they yell and then have to sleep in a room on the other side of the house."
Oh no, that's great. That's funny.
Like, that's fucking hilarious.
You didn't feel bad?
No, fuck them.
You took care of
the kids, you mean?
Yeah. No, wait a minute, Uncle Paul.
You took care of their kids, though.
Yeah, they were
can't
fine.
be too
They
mad
had,
anymore.
They had
Now you're
cakey.
pals with your neighbors. You know that.
No, I haven't seen the neighbors.
You've never seen their faces.
No, I've talked to them over the fence when I throw the basketball over or something like that. Yeah, that's about
Is
it.
their yard as cool as yours?
No.
Not
They
even
got like
close,
the
right?
driveway with the basketball hoop.
Right.
And then they got like a small grass area with one of those like jungle gym type things on it with the wooden little fucking treehousey ladder swing thing. They got that. And that's about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The big thrill is when I hover the helicopter over their driveway. And you hear, bring it lower, bring it lower. No, you'll hit it with your bat.
Yeah, they just want to throw something
Yeah, they
at
just
it.
want to throw shit at it, watch it crash. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun, though. Did that. Birthday weekend. I wanted to fucking take a little belt. I want to take a belt.
Did you take a belt?
No.
Wow.
I've been fucking good. Went over Joe's yesterday. We had a little rot gut rehearsal for our big gig in Jersey on May 18th. We're going to be playing May 18th in...
where in Jersey?
Where the hell's the name of that place? Oh, boy. Well, I don't know. Look for Joe. I'll fuck him.
Yeah, we'll get the plug out.
I'll plug it. My brother...
We got a couple weeks. We'll plug the shit out of it.
Yeah, so it should be fun. We were
Wait, I want to know about
dinner.
the... I don't know. I feel like it's too personal.
What?
But we are doing a radio show.
Oh, we talk about anything.
How'd you get past the wanting to take a belt?
Oh, you just don't. It's the easiest thing.
But were you
not doing something is the easiest thing because you just don't do it.
But were you bummed that you didn't do it, or like were you feeling like?
Yeah, you know, you watch people like have a nice glass of wine. It's like, that would be nice. And then you just go, nah, I'll fucking, I'll just suck down some fucking club soda. Yeah, well,
that's Joe probably with the plug.
Yeah, right. No, but it will be.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, that'd be nice, Go out to dinner, and it's like, I don't know what to order. Coke. Coke. What is that?
Are people being
Like
cool?
10?
Are people being cool around you, or are they like?
No, they're throwing fucking booze at me.
They are, right?
No. Nah.
Wow, no belt for Anthony for his birthday weekend.
That was, birthday. Getting past the birthday weekend is like, because you kind of want to tie one on.
Getting past the summer. This is your time.
Yeah.
When that pool opens, this is your time
That's
until
all
October.
Right. It's all right. I'll see if, I don't know. It's the whole ritual thing, too, which is kind of easy to get past because then you just need a little club soda and cranberry juice or something like that, a clinky glass with the fucking ice cubes, and you go clink, 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 and it's like, you just feel like you fucking got something.
What was it called? Near beer when we were growing up?
Hate that shit.
Was it called near beer?
O'Doul's.
Yeah, O'Doul's near
That's
beer.
crazy.
But at that point, there's so many other things I'd rather drink.
I know.
Oh, well,
Believe
I got my
me.
near beer. I'm good.
I'm drinking. I like beer. I like, drinking a cold beer, but I also like the fact that you get a buzz from it. I'm not just going to drink fucking stuff that tastes like beer.
But does, I don't even know. I mean, does that taste like a good beer?
I've
the
never,
near beer
I've
and the
never had an
O'Doul's
O'Doul's. It's like, why bother when I could just have a real beer?
I remember the bars were trying hard to, stock their joints with some non-alcoholic beers.
Probably.
Most of those have gone away now.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working.
No. People went to other things like, you just go for a drink that doesn't have booze in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you doing with all that?
It continues. No, it's fucking...
Is it weird?
No, not really. Just don't think about it.
No, but that's why I keep asking questions, because that's really amazing to me, because it's not that easy for a lot of people. They do think about it constantly, and that itch drives them nuts, wanting to have the belt.
The more you just tell yourself no, the more it doesn't bother you, because you're just not doing it.
And you did the same thing years ago with smoking.
Yeah,
that's
you
why I'm
just
amazed by
stop.
this. You were a heavy smoker when I first met you.
Yeah.
You were smoking pretty much every day. I don't even remember.
I loved smoking.
I couldn't even tell you the year you quit. It's been so long.
I know. I loved smoking.
What year was it? Like the NEW days, right?
It was like 10 years ago.
It was after. It was, I think, 2002, 2003.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
around there.
2002. But the same thing, man. You one day said, that's it.
you just stop.
And I didn't believe you at the time. Like, there's no way. There's no way someone just goes, that's it to a habit. And you did, man.
Yeah, you just fucking, I don't know. I've always been like that. Just, all right, forget it. I'm done with it. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, you did that with a few other things.
My marriage.
I was there for that day, too. Like, wow, that's how it just, like that?
It's over. Gone. Goodbye.
I tell a story, and it really is the truth. There was a point, you basically threw a coin. It was an amazing day hanging out with you.
Yeah.
You were looking at me. You were kind of talking to yourself. I don't think you were asking for my advice at that point. And I remember your head just going, should I? And you're looking at this card that has a lawyer's phone number on it. And I saw it. Like, your desk was right next to me back then at NEW. And I saw the thought process. And I was just sitting there staring at you going, this is amazing. It's a coin toss, right?
Coin toss.
Yes, a coin toss. Sorry. A coin toss right now. And you went, and I remember, and I know this is exactly what you said. You went, fuck it. And you picked up the phone to call, I do believe that would be your lawyer.
That's a fucking life crossroad right there.
But you could easily...
I'm at a life crossroad. Let me go this way.
But you could easily say, I'm not happy, but it's easier to maybe stay married for now, and let me give it a shot. But you went, what should I do? Fuck.
I heard so many people like, hey, it's cheaper to keep her. Cheaper to keep her. It's like, I'm going to base my whole fucking rest of my life on a rhyme. The fact that something rhymes. Fuck you. Get lost. Take a hike. Yeah.
Well, good for you, man.
Do you regret being divorced?
Oh,
no.
God.
Oh, do I? Fuck. I wish I would have done it earlier. I really do. That fucking... Ugh. Yuck.
All right. I think it's time to take a break, get some food in us. We have Anthony Bourdain coming in today. Very cool.
Oh, right. What time's he here?
He's coming in around 8.
Oh, cool.
And then he's not scheduled, but we're hoping Tyson comes in and says hi today. We've had him on a couple times. He's a great guest. The first time he was on was one of the best appearances anyone has ever had. Yep. It was amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we got the mellow one the second time, which was
Mellow Mike,
which was pretty good too.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll stop by.
I'm going to ask some questions. Like, what, do you want to box or something?
You're going to box with him?
Yeah. The Opie and Anthony Show.
I just want to say, can we all get along? Can we get along? Can we stop making it horrible for the older people and the kids?
Police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad 'cause I'm brown. And not the other color, so police think they have the authority to kill a minority.
21 years ago today, huh? Rodney King riots began.
Wow. Yeah. I watched some clips recently of the old riots.
That was
the Asian store owners running around just blasting guns into the street. You forget about that shit. How many people died during those?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, they were fucking burning stores down and looting, and a couple of these Asians guys just come out with pistols, and they're just leveling their guns and firing at people in the street. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
They didn't want anyone messing with their shit.
Hell no.
With their rice cakes.
Yeah.
I remember being on Long Island. I think I was working at BAB at the time, 21 years ago. Yeah. Right before I met Ann. And I remember Long Island was scared. Like, the riots were coming. Do you remember that?
Yeah, everybody was like, uh-oh.
There was fear in the air.
Here come the riots.
They're starting in Los Angeles. They're moving east, man. It's just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get much action on Long Island.
Nah.
Not really.
Nah, not suburbia. And then they set up the big police line in Beverly Hills. Like, oh, we ain't going to let them in here.
No, that's nice.
We ain't going to let them in here. Let them burn down their,
Protecting the 1%ers.
Crenshaw. Motherfucking Crenshaw, Barrett.
That was 21 years.
21. Damn. I actually thought it was longer.
Seems longer, right?
Seems longer, yeah.
53 dead.
How many?
53 dead, 2,000 plus injured.
53 dead, 2,000 plus injured. Holy shit.
Wow, that's a hell of a riot.
Because of The old Rodney King.
Did you ever used to get, like, were there ever rumors when you were growing up that gangs were coming during Halloween?
Oh, yeah.
They used to always tell us, like, the Bloods are supposed to be coming to New Rochelle this Halloween.
New Rochelle.
And be panicked.
They always have those rumors that, like, if you see somebody flashes their high beams, or if you flash your high beams at somebody without their lights on, they turn
like
around
an initiation.
and kill you. Yeah.
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 Really?
Did you hear about that? Yeah.
They just wait for the one person that.
Yeah, people would drive around with their
flashes.
headlights off,
Right.
Yeah. Like at dusk, you know.
So that's a gang guy.
And then people, gang guys, they're like,
Just waiting for one asshole to go, hey, you're.
And someone
you
goes,
don't have-
hey, click, click, and it's like, all right, that's the fucker we killed.
Oh,
Initiate
my
you
God.
into the gang.
Is that real?
Gang,
Was that
gang.
ever real?
No.
I don't know. Enough people heard about it that it became real.
It's absolutely fake. Of
course.
It never happened.
Jeez.
But, like, we all had to make sure we had no red in our Halloween costumes.
That's gotten people killed in gang areas where you're wearing the wrong colors.
But not in New Rochelle.
Not in New Rochelle. No one. Unless the colors don't go together.
Right.
You know,
Right, yeah.
unless they clash.
The fashion police comes.
Yes, the fashion gang.
I haven't worn red in 20 years.
Yeah, right?
I still get scared to wear red.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Look at that blood color, yo. Yeah, there are people that have been killed just walking around. It's like, oh, he was wearing fucking, red.
There have been people that have been killed for saying cuz.
Really?
Cuz is what you call, the Crips call each other cuz.
But everyone says that now. Yo, cuz.
Yeah, but not back then. The Bloods say, what up, Blood? And then you say, what up, cuz?
Well, I got like 20-something cousins. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Going to the wrong hood, and you're
You
like,
walk
hey,
around saying cuz all the time.
Yo, cuz, which way is north?
I say
You're
partner.
dead.
Yeah, partner.
That's okay.
Hey, partner.
That's neutral.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'll get your ass kicked.
Partner?
In Menace to Society.
Ain't no partners here.
Yeah, partner. Guy got fucked up. Yeah.
Sam, I forgot to ask you what you thought of the Tyson
was
one-man
great.
show.
Sam went?
Yeah, it was great.
Well.
I love it. He's just sitting there, he's talking about doing blow. He's just like talking about how bad his drug problems were.
Yeah.
But,
Up
yeah,
until
no.
like 2006.
I think he said he's got like 4 years down.
2006, he had his cocaine bust.
I was very candid. I thought there was a lot that he probably couldn't say because of legal stuff. Like, I'll bet so much of that Don King stuff is all sort of unknown legal that he would absolutely...
I haven't
sued for libel. I bet he had a lawyer look at it and go, can I get sued for this or this?
I have a feeling he's still dealing with Don King.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling he's got some real people around him right now going, all right, we're going to get some of this fucking money back. So we think you should just say, fuck Don King, and that's it for now. $8,000 a week for towels. Don fucking King.
Maybe they were really good towels.
It's hilarious how animated he is on stage, though. He's like booty dancing on stage at one point.
It was very funny to see him be silly.
Yeah, he was very silly.
Yeah.
Which is not what you kind of expect.
Because I think that he had to learn to be silly. I don't think that his nature...
I don't know about that.
I don't agree.
I
or
think
you think is like when he was young...
I think he had to have this persona. And, he finally is just saying, fuck that, this is the real me.
Like he always wanted to be silly.
Yeah, I do get silly at times and whatnot. I think.
Afraid of splitting his pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do a round... we're giving out too much shit.
You think
He wanted
that's
to
why
give-
I was...
You want to give a roundhouse kick, but he had tight, white, leather pants on.
I split my pants.
That's what he said. I want to split
And he
my
goes,
pants.
I don't want to split my pants. And then he did the roundhouse, which was extremely lame.
Well, how was it?
But then he makes a joke like, look, I know there's a few of you out there that have seen the show before. I kicked a lot higher last time, right? It's just really funny, man.
A couple of
And it's-
idiots were like heckling him a little bit.
Yeah.
They just yell, "We love you, Mike," and he just like stopped and he was like, "I'm trying to work up here. Let me work,
Please, let me do this. Let me do this right now.
Go into the crowd and fucking pummel one person.
Yeah.
Every show, he should just beat the shit out of somebody.
Another guy, he was like, I like to do it by myself when I'm up here. I like to just, I like to do this on my own.
I was amazed that people were yelling. But they weren't heckling like to be nasty, but they just wanted to say something. They wanted to have a moment where he heard them.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
They couldn't help themselves.
Yeah.
In a weird way, I don't blame them. You're looking at Mike Tyson, you're like, holy fuck, Mike
fucking Tyson.
And every time he's shadowboxed here and there, he does that.
Yeah.
The place just lost their mind.
Really?
Oh, my God, yeah.
That's some of my favorite footage during the thing. Is they show there's a song they play which I like. I don't know the song, but they show footage. And I asked him about it the first time he was in of a very young Tyson, and I want to say Kevin Rooney was with him, and he's just in black and white, like shadow boxing in the ring, and you see how fucking fast this guy was. It literally looks like they sped the footage up, which you know they didn't.
Right.
That's just how he punched. And like I love UFC so much, but you forget when a guy is a boxer like that good, how devastating.
And they showed a picture of him, and it was a big screen. Basically, the show is Tyson talking about his life, and there's a huge screen behind him with pictures that he kind of plays off a little bit. And they showed a picture of him, and he turned and went, "Yeah, I'm 15 right there," and the place was completely in shock. You thought you were looking at like a 22-year-old man. He was 15, just completely ripped. At 15 years old.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cuss really took care of him.
Yep.
Cussed him on him.
He wasn't in his life that long, right?
No.
4 or 5 years, maybe?
No.
Not even?
Younger. No, more, because he was 14. 13 or 14, he started taking him out and teaching him to fight.
And when
Tyson was 20 when he won the championship.
But how old was Tyson when Cuss died?
I think it was right before. Can you check that? What year did Cus D'Amato die? I want to say it was right before. I don't know how much.
Right before the championship.
So it was probably 5 or 6
that's
years.
5 or 6 years, probably, yeah.
He died in 85.
85, Tyson would have been 19.
Was it?
Tyson was born in 66.
Oh, you're right.
So 19, maybe going, maybe heading toward 20 when Cuss died.
It's like 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, 6 or 7 years.
No.
You said 13. Well, yeah, 6 years.
I'm going 4 or 5.
I'm going 5 or 6.
That means he would have met him at 13.
That's what Jim said, 13 or 14.
Oh, he met him at 14.
When he was taking him out fighting.
13.
He was 14, Tyson said.
14, just beating the shit out of everybody. At 14.
And the pigeons, too, when he was a kid.
Right.
He's always loved the pigeons.
Oh, yeah, he has pigeons, right?
Yeah, he loves pigeons.
Well, that set him down the road of fighting.
Who likes pigeons?
A lot of people like pigeons.
Yeah, man, it's a weird... Yeah, I think people who have really weird social skills like pigeons. Like, for some reason...
I don't mind pigeons. But that's where I just stop.
But I think you could get a pigeon in your backyard next to your dinosaur.
No, I don't want fucking birds. I don't want no birds. I had a bird that nested like right under the overhang,
right,
kind of by my back door.
That's nice when that happens.
No, it's not.
You check on the little fella every morning and see if it's laying eggs.
Really?
Yeah, I like
Here's
that
what
stuff.
happened.
What happened?
Here's what happened.
What happened?
It did lay eggs.
Yeah.
It laid eggs up on top of one of the little columns that hold up the overhang, and every time I walked out, it would dive bomb my head because it was defending its fucking shit. So it would come like fucking fluttering. And I'd be like, I got my hands over my head. I'm running around like a maniac in my own yard.
In your own yard.
Were you crying because the bird was picking on you?
Yes. I was pissy-eyed.
Leave me alone.
So I had a bunch of tiles from the pool that were left over.
Yeah.
They're like 1x1 tiles. So I just took them and I threw them up on top of the nest and just covered the nest in these tiles.
Jesus, Ed.
What an asshole.
Fuck that. What was I supposed to do? Relocate it? What am I, Greenpeace? Get the fuck out of my yard.
Probably could have called someone for that.
No.
No?
So the thing kept flying over my head for like the next 2 days or so. Then I didn't see the bird anymore. Guess it realized I had killed its little babies and it could leave now.
But a bird probably, by the time it crossed into the next yard, forgot all about it.
Yeah, they don't care.
I don't know.
It's not like they're crying. Peep, 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 peep.
They don't call them bird brains for nothing.
Yeah, bird brain. A little bird brain.
So they flew over the fence. They had no recollection that they were
didn't even think about
expecting an expecting parent.
Now, if they had hatched and been like going, cheep, 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 then I couldn't have done anything.
Oh, that would have been rough.
Because that's crazy. But when they're just eggs,
that's serial
I don't
killer
give a shit.
Yeah.
Then I covered them up with them tiles, and fucking that was it. Bye-bye, birdie.
Tyson said he loved, the only thing he loved more than stealing was his pigeons. He's robbing people and taking care of pigeons.
God.
He was arrested 28 times.
How is he arrested 28 times and not in jail?
By the time he was 13 or something
12
like that?
13.
Well, in that neighborhood, man, that's probably very common. You probably have to do so many more horrible things to really stay in jail.
And that's how you keep it common.
28.
That's how you keep it a commonplace thing in that neighborhood. Oh, boy. Unbelievable.
Well, he knew if he wanted anything, he wasn't going to get it, so he had to take it.
Yeah,
And so he did.
maybe you can't have everything, and you work toward things and finally get them. I don't know.
When you're Mike Tyson,
Can't you just enjoy the story?
No, I can't. I can't.
He beat incredible odds.
There's a cultural aspect to it that I fucking despise.
Socio ramifications of it all.
Exactly. Well, good for him. He did transcend to rape.
Yeah, he should have been.
He didn't rape.
He should have been dead. I mean, growing up in that fucking world, man, that's a brutal place. And fucking, everyone's got a pistol, and you know, if you say the wrong thing to the wrong guy, you get shot. Like it's just an awful place.
He showed a picture of where he grew up in Brownsville. That was really funny.
Yeah. How much nicer it is now. The white people moved in, and
yeah.
He goes, look, you think this, we got this footage from years ago. Spike Lee went out like 2 weeks ago to get this footage, and then explained all the shit that's missing from this really nice picture. I'm telling you, man, really funny show. Westbury Music Fair for the New Yorkers or Long Island.
Yeah, you should see it. I
people.
think you'd enjoy it. It's really,
Sunday.
Yeah, then we can talk about it more next Monday.
Man,
I would almost go again.
It's amazing. Tyson is up on stage and he's telling these stories that are so candid and everything. It's just you feel familiar with him,
right?
Like even though you're watching him on stage, you're like, yeah, Mike's telling me stories.
Isn't that odd that he's like, after everything he's gone through and done, and the insanity that he would put out there, people just want to like him.
Yeah.
Like there are other people you like, they just go away because people don't want to like him, you know? But even with everything he's done and all the shit he's done in the news and everything.
This is a guy who said he takes his medication to keep me from killing y'all.
From killing y'all, I'm going to eat your children. I'm going to fuck you
till you love me.
Till you love me. The biting the ear off, the rape allegation, but you're still just like, yeah, how do you not like the guy?
Well, he does explain at one point he was the #1 hated man in America.
Yeah?
He said, I didn't mind being in the top 10, but there was a point where he was #1.
After biting the ear, I think.
Yeah, and he turned everybody around.
He's a charismatic guy.
What started the turnaround, you think? Hangover?
That was
a part of it. You know what? I wasn't before that, but that was part of it.
I think it was like,
well, he did the Tallback. Tallback?
James Toback.
James Toback film before that, right?
But I think it was also...
I think that started turning people around.
I agree.
His legend just started growing. Like, he wasn't doing as much active stuff, so people just weren't so occupied with what's going on right now, and more like Mike Tyson is this larger-than-life dude that says ridiculous shit. It became like, oh, my God, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And they did the documentary and The Hangover.
But he hasn't been champion since 1990. And he was champion for a short period of time when you look at like how long Larry Holmes held it or Ali or, there's something about him that people love. And I don't know, like I was wondering myself, like, why do I love Mike Tyson so much? 'Cause I really do. I've always liked him since my first time I saw him was the cover of fucking Sports Illustrated when I was in rehab. Kid Dynamite, I think is what it said on the cover. That was the first time I ever heard of Mike Tyson. He was 18 or he was 20, whatever he was. But I don't know what it is about this guy that I like so much. I don't know. Can't always figure out why you connect to somebody or not relate to them, but what is it about you that makes you a fan or makes you dig them? I don't know.
Because he was so awesome at what he did.
Maybe, yeah.
And he had that charisma. Like, a lot of these boxers that are really good are not nearly as charismatic.
Right.
You know, it's the same reason people love or hate Chael Sonnen. Like, he keeps losing fights, but he talks. And you're like, I gotta watch this guy fight, you know?
I think when you're the best at your sport, there's something about that. I used to be a huge Knicks fan, but I fucking loved Michael Jordan every fucking time. I almost rooted for him against my own fucking team. Because he was that much better than everybody.
But he also had that whole, except for a couple of things, had that, a good guy, very wholesome commercials and stuff. He wasn't beating the shit out of people and fucking,
Well, there was always a weird innocence with Mike Tyson, though.
Yeah.
You kind of felt that. Like, you almost felt bad for the guy.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah, maybe that's it.
He couldn't really hide that innocence in the end.
And I think it felt, too, like you knew you were seeing, like, real greatness. And I think, like, after especially he got hooked up with Don King, you kept waiting for this greatness to return. This, like, you knew the potential you were seeing was one of the best, if not the best ever.
Right.
At one point. And then when you see him with a guy like Don King, you're like, fuck, you're watching this thing slip away.
Right.
This thing, this potential to be the greatest ever slip away. being tied up with the wrong person.
Right, and you knew it was like getting tied up with the wrong person or stuff that was going on outside the sport.
Yeah,
it
and
wasn't
stuff he was even doing. Yeah, sure.
But it wasn't like he got in the ring and didn't live up to his potential.
God, no.
It was all outside stuff.
There was so much stuff outside of it that you're like, I just wish. You kept feeling like you were watching what could have been after a while. At first, it was, this is what he does. He's fucking phenomenal. He just beat the shit out of everybody in the first round. Everybody got beaten
Wasted a lot of pay-per-view money.
Oh.
Getting those. It's like, hey, this is great. We're all, party at the house, and then, oh, it's over? That's great.
That was fun.
Nice.
People started to get pissed at him, too, for ending those fights so quickly.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Paying $60.
You know, we mentioned Michael Jordan, and he got married over the weekend.
Yeah, what an asshole.
You know, he's got a good prenup.
But Jordan's
doesn't matter at this point.
I think Jordan's 50-ish, and I think his new bride's about 37. They said
35.
35. Got married again, even though his divorce cost him. When are they going to figure this shit out? That the guys get completely screwed in divorces.
How much does it cost?
$168 million.
Holy shit!
I bet you it's more than that.
Oh,
yeah. $168 million for the woman.
You know what's?
I'm not a fan of, like, even when a marriage breaks up, like throwing your wife out on the street and hope she's homeless. I'm not like that at all.
Yeah.
But there's a but there's a point where it's fair and then it's ridiculous.
Do you realize the $8 million part of $168 million is a lot of fucking money?
The what?
The 8 part in $168 million
no shit.
is a fuckload of money, and that's just the 8.
Right.
$168 million.
$168 million.
Fuck. It's crazy.
It cost Jordan to get divorced.
That's so sick.
Cheaper to keeper. Rhymey fuck.
But how is that? How is that fair?
It's not.
Sickening.
The guys get screwed left and right, that obviously aren't in the Michael Jordan category, where it really fucking hurts. At least Michael Jordan, he's probably worth I don't know. I guess I would guess close to $1 billion at this point, right?
Yeah.
If not over $1 billion.
He's built an empire.
So in the end, he can afford it, but still, what the fuck?
Even if you could afford $168 million, you sure as shit don't want to fucking part with it.
Of course not.
Man, that's a lot of million.
No one has ever said, well, thank God that was only $168 million about anything. That's a lot of anything. $168 million is a lot.
That's crazy. That's fucking nuts. That's just not fair.
I'm blowing my nose. I'll be right back.
Get a good one.
I'm tired today.
Yeah, feels like a Monday.
Yeah. I was out and about late last night.
Too much Mike Tyson excitement.
I went to Bob's after because Bobby Kelly came with me and his wife. Oh, I thought of you.
When do you sleep?
When I get home.
Like, I want to go backstage and hang with Tyson for a few minutes. I'm like, no, man. Every minute I'm wasting, not wasting, but it would have been great. I could be in bed.
I don't mind. Yeah, but you know what? I weigh the
I don't know
options.
how you do it.
Because I look this. Am I going to be a few minutes more tired the next day? How often do I get a chance? It's not going to be a long night. It's not like we're going to, we're going out to the Hamptons. And when's the next time I get the chance to be backstage with Mike Tyson? It's very rare, so it's like I enjoy it.
I get that part, but what you said in there was, and then I went over to Bobby's.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I ate dinner. I was starving. All I had eaten yesterday was I had a little bit of a lunch, took a long nap. I had a small bag of pretzels because the Beacon doesn't have anything that you can eat.
Right.
And then Bobby's wife made fucking pasta-less lasagna. The vegetable lasagna that you guys said you didn't like, with like a low-fat cheese. It was awesome. I was expecting to hate it, but it was fucking amazing.
Sounds good, actually.
Yeah, so I was happy I did that. I went on a nice dinner. I was really hungry.
Right.
Maybe.
Wait, you thought about me because of lasagna?
Didn't you say you didn't like the fucking lasagna? Yeah. I thought it was great.
Pasta-less lasagna?
It was great. Yeah, it was all vegetable lasagna.
What's the layers made out of?
She told me it was just some different vegetables, but it didn't taste. It tasted just like lasagna, and the cheese was really low fat.
They usually throw like some peppers in there and some eggplant and
my eggplant was one of them, right?
Yeah, that type of thing.
But that fucking low fat cheese didn't give. I mean, again, regular lasagna is better, but this was damn good.
Well,
Of course, regular lasagna's better.
But not so much better that it was worth eating that. I didn't want to eat regular lasagna.
We got a really hot mother that was abducted, huh?
What the hell is that?
Jessica.
Abducted.
Why is he abducted in quotes?
Because they're not sure.
Yeah. Missing mother abducted. Jessica Herring.
Herring.
Suspect is a man 30 to 40s in silver minivan. Man,
Why was
yeah,
abducted
she's
in
pretty good looking.
quotes?
That's a tricky situation because now the guy
It's a very tricky situation.
now the guy in the silver minivan's like, well, fuck. They just announced that I'm in a silver minivan.
Yeah.
But they announced that hoping they could find the silver minivan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like a catch-22.
Yeah. Well, even if he ditches it, you need to get evidence from it. Perhaps. Abduction. Definitely white guy crime is being said here. Yeah, that's kind of.
Hey, what's going on with the engine from 9/11? They found it in between.
It's landing
buildings.
gear.
You know, it was first reported it was an engine.
Really?
It absolutely was.
Yeah, it's
You're right though. It is a landing gear.
A landing gear.
I thought they reported as part of the engine. They said at first.
Yeah, landing gear. They're going to pull it out of there and then check all the surrounding area for body parts, some DNA that they might be able to check off the list.
Isn't it amazing that this thing is in between buildings like that?
Yeah.
You would think they would have checked every nook and cranny down there. For
Yeah,
sure.
you know, a lot of little spaces that just don't get looked at for fucking 12 years.
Wow,
amazing.
And how? And what? Somebody went back there to do some work.
Yeah,
But isn't
Yeah,
it a little
somebody's-
tight little space?
Yeah, it's like those little spaces you see between buildings.
Right.
Sometimes buildings are built like 2 feet apart from each other, and
Yeah, you can put your arms out and pretty much touch the two buildings.
Yeah,
What were they
shit
doing
like
back there that they found the landing gear?
I think they were surveying for something. You know, they're kind of taking a peek around if they're going to do some renovation or new construction or demolition. But I heard on the news this morning that I guess there's a rope tied around the landing gear. So they're speculating that perhaps it was lowered down there at some point, where it might have been on the roof or it might have been somewhere else, and someone was getting rid of it for some reason.
Sure, and they left the rope on it because that's what you do in a conspiracy. You leave
Yeah.
the rope wrapped around it.
Well, that's obviously going to be
But they're saying there is a rope around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could have been construction guys thinking it was just something else and said, well, we got to get this thing off the fucking roof. Not thinking it was a 9/11 thing.
Yeah, and then just lower it down.
No.
Let me see some.
It was the people who created 9/11 and orchestrated it,
Right.
but forgot to untie the rope.
Yeah, they forgot.
Well, wait for the conspiracy guys to get a hold of this and go with the whole rope thing. But yeah, why wouldn't you remove the rope? Because then that makes it kind of dumb.
But it has the that part actually had the serial numbers on it and all kinds of information about the plane. So very convenient that it matches so nicely to the planes that were supposedly used.
Well, they say they can't connect. That lets you know where it was made and stuff, but it can't actually connect to the. It won't tie
really?
into. Yeah, it won't tie into what plane it was on.
I would assume it's probably one of the two.
Yeah,
that's a tight spot, man.
It is.
The guy could barely get through that crawl space or whatever you want to call it in between the buildings.
Man, yeah. So they might find, some victims. Give some closure to the families. Some closure. What is it? 40% of the people
they found
not found.
Oh, not found.
I think 40% not found.
Not a trace.
Nothing. Not a speck.
That's crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
That's fucked up. Just the sheer power of what
Yes,
happened
God.
that day.
Pooh, goodbye. Just vaporized. That's fucked up right there. That would suck being on the plane. It's like you're just shredded.
Yeah, it'd be better.
I think you're just shredded.
That's the way you want to go.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be up there in the fire and have to jump and shit like that.
Remember
Like-
how horrendous all that footage was?
Terrible.
The plane was definitely, before you even really knew what was going on.
Yeah, you'd just be like, that was fucking fast. The plane just disappeared. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And we haven't talked about it in a while. The reason they jumped was the heat got to them to the point where in their heads, logically, that made sense. to fucking jump.
Like, well, can't stay there.
You saw
Remember them hanging out the window trying to stay comfortable or cool, and then they finally couldn't take the heat anymore. That's why those people were jumping.
That's one of the worst pieces of footage is that banker or whoever he was, or he saw this guy trying to climb. There's that moment. Like sometimes if you stand at these windows, because these windows kind of feel like the same long, narrow windows the Trade Center have, and you look outside at like what's between the windows, the concrete or whatever, and you like imagine trying to hold on to that. Do that on the next break. Like I looked out there, imagine trying to hold on to that and shimmy down. You'd make it a foot and then fall.
Right.
And that's this footage of a guy falling off like the 92nd floor. Oh, it's just.
Is he okay?
No, he didn't do well.
Oh.
It's terrible.
Figured I'd ask for the listeners.
But watching him flail, like in just...
Trying to hold on at the last minute.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
The praying you must be doing, the fucking...
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
The fucking... Whatever it is that you go through in your mind, it's...
Eek.
Ugh, terrible.
And that's a long way down.
12 seconds about or something?
You got a few seconds to think about it.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Be like, oh, yeah, this is great.
But imagine how long 12 seconds feels like.
Of falling. Yeah.
Free fall.
12 seconds of having sex with a crazy, attractive woman probably goes pretty quickly.
It's two Vine videos.
Yeah. 12 seconds of plummeting.
I could ask Jimmy.
Sure.
Every day he gets stuff. Today it's strawberries and trash bags. Why?
Well,
the serial killer.
He didn't have blueberries. So I said, there's no blueberries. Get me black garbage bags. No, I'll tell you what it is. I have...
AIDS?
Well, I could have had... I'm going to get rid of a bunch of clothes today that don't fit anymore. I'm giving them to Goodwill. So Kenny said, do you have garbage bags? So I'll either do it today or tomorrow.
Oh.
Good luck trying to find Goodwill in the city, by the way.
Well, Kenny will do it in Jersey for me because I'm going to give him the...
For some reason, they don't want clothes in this city.
Taking your clothes to Jersey?
Maybe.
Well,
nice outfit, Lou.
we try to dump clothes at the local churches. They don't want them.
Really?
How does a church say no to clothes? And they're not shitty clothes.
They probably don't want bed bugs or whatever could come with the clothes either.
Maybe.
Well,
Or lice.
How about you figure out a system? You're a church, for Christ's sake.
For Christ's sake.
You should be taking free stuff constantly.
Right, literally.
Right.
Can you see this pile? Hold on, all right.
What are you looking at?
This pile of clothes that doesn't fit me anymore. I fucking... Look at all those pants.
Wow.
And fucking and shirts.
They're nicely folded.
I did that so I could take a picture. I can't believe how many clothes I'm getting rid of today.
It's weird. I did the same thing.
These are all pants that are falling down.
I got rid of a shitload of clothes. Spring cleanup.
It's like 15 pairs of nice jeans I'm getting rid of and like 30 shirts. I have almost no clothes to wear at home. I got to get new clothes. Say clothes again.
Clothes.
I kept saying it.
I can get some clothes.
Yeah.
That's old school.
That is old school.
You can't put the Goodwill outside in New York City.
No,
homeless people would just shit and piss all over
They
it.
shit, piss, and then live in it.
They live in
And they would probably take a few.
Yeah, but they're not like... You have the best expectations, but they just end up shitting and pissing on stuff.
Yeah.
In the suburbs, you could have piles of clothes in that thing. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, huh?
Nobody's walking around shitting and pissing on stuff.
That's a very, very, very good point.
It's a little social studies for you.
Well, Anthony Bourdain should be here any moment, so we probably should break. Clear the field for Mr. Bourdain.
Clear the field.
He's doing his Parts Unknown, Sundays at 9 on CNN. He's been a great guest over the last couple of years.
I'm going to make everybody laugh when he comes in and go, hey, if someone says get lost, do you go, yeah, I already did. That's what I'm doing here.
What?
Okay, you didn't get it.
I got it. So stupid.
I can't find it. Chip Friday was just infuriating. Oh my God. Just trying to fucking just get in on every joke.
Oh, yeah.
And stealing everybody's, like, saying the same joke.
Every time there was a big laugh.
Wait. Yeah. There's a big laugh. It would just be cut off with, wait. And because and he'd say the same joke. It was so fucking bad.
He wrecked everything.
Oh, just ruined everything. I heard one when I was driving. from the replay. It was fucking hilarious. The fucking asshole just stopped the laugh dead in its tracks.
And just because he's a dick who wants to take credit for the laugh.
Yes,
like he hears
exactly.
people laughing and he wants it to be about himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Moron.
Chippa. Yeah. Take a little break.
Yeah, Bourdain next, and maybe later today, Tyson stopping by just to say hi.
The Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show.
I guess this is Anthony Bourdain's walking music.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of goes together. You listen to this song and you see Anthony Bourdain walk down the hall.
He's a tall gent.
He is.
Yeah. Here it comes.
Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain.
Hey, guys.
How are you, man? Take a seat, sir.
How you doing? Looking good. How are you, man?
Hey, look at Jimmy, right? Isn't he looking good?
He lost 30 pounds, Anthony Bourdain.
Slim and trim.
Greek god.
Chiseled.
Before you look like a goddamn Greek.
Yeah. He's all svelte. It's
Been
great.
seeing you on buses all week.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of creepy.
It's nice, though.
It's weirding out my daughter, too. You know, she's like, Daddy, or, you know.
Oh, is it?
looking
Yeah.
at me.
Everywhere she goes, there's your face, and it's just kind of odd.
It's bad. You know, too much of that shit. You start talking about yourself in the third person. You know?
Oh, yeah. That's never a good thing. The show getting a lot of heat.
Doing really well.
A lot of
And
heat.
having fun. I mean, they've been so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, their standards and practices have come a long way. You know, I got to say prolapsed butthole on CNN. I'm feeling pretty
Nice.
strong.
Nice.
And of course, the ATV footage was everywhere.
Yeah, that hurt.
What? Yeah,
I
huh?
had bad luck on ATVs. That's
Yeah,
really-
yeah. That's like what, your second run-in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was watching, and I'm like, you're going really fast, first of all,
Right.
and going through water and everything, which
Right.
to me seems, that's that unknown factor.
I've been out in the sun for like 4 hours to get these shots, and
Wow.
I'm cooking. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really hot. The sun's coming down. I'm dehydrated. I'm drinking beer.
Where was this?
This was in a remote area of Colombia along the Venezuelan border. And, I took a tight turn and went over. And, I mean, I just sort of drove my skull right into the ground. I mean, my crew tells me I ran over my head. I wasn't awake for that. But I remember I just felt so stupid that I was like, I got to get up and appear like nothing happened. Because I
Right.
really don't want to hear the I told you so's.
Yeah. That's the first thing people normally do is like, all right, let me get up and make it seem like nothing happened.
Right.
I'll just, no, I'm fine. And then meanwhile, you're not fine.
God, I'm fine. Pardon me while I.
What was the
piss
injury?
myself like a playground.
What was the injury? Was it a concussion?
I was out for a second, but
Holy fuck.
Yeah, you got thrown. I hate that feeling. That just boom. It's that fast, violent. Something's not right.
Not
thing
having control, right?
You haven't quite figured it out yet. Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
No,
What
I just
happened?
went straight into. There was like a pile driver, like straight, my head first straight into the ground. Like,
Yeah.
if there were a comic book noise, it would have been something like a skronk.
Yeah.
Ozzy almost died doing that fucking
I know,
on the
right?
Osborne. ATVs are rough, man.
The first ATV accident I had. Who gets to use that in a sense? So the first time I was on, I think Jimmy Kimmel, and I showed that clip, and Ozzy was the other guest, and he's sitting next to me. And after the show, he followed me around backstage for like 45 minutes, like this doddering grandmother said, Anthony, don't do that again. Anthony, you could have died. So Anthony, come here. And he grabbing my hand and running it along his collarbone so I could feel all the metal plates
Feel his
in there.
injury.
He's got plates?
Yeah, he was personally like horrified by this thing, and just he just took it upon himself to bring me back to the light.
You know what the thing about ATVs are too? You get on, you start riding, and at first you're kind of cautious, you're feeling it out, but in no time you really think you have it down.
Yeah.
Like, because you start going a little faster. You get your balls, and you're like, yeah, this is good. And meanwhile, you haven't been riding the thing more than 20 minutes. You've gone from, very slow, just figuring it out, to now you're a pro, going off jumps, going through water, taking tight turns, sliding.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not good.
No.
This thing is overpowering you.
And then you got in the back of your head, you got to get some good footage for the TV show.
Well, that too, yeah.
Yeah, there was that.
Were you driving worse than you should have because you knew the camera was rolling?
Probably a little
Compared
bit.
to what? I suck. I mean, I should be on one. Like, oh, man.
What other, any other catastrophes during the
During that one, no. We have a Libya show coming up, which is the best thing I've ever done. I mean, it's awesome. And then I think since I saw you guys last, the Congo, which was the hardest show we've ever done.
Yeah, huh?
What made the Congo hard? There's probably an obvious answer
29
there,
different rebel groups.
Right.
And, just shit goes wrong at every turn. I mean, it's a country without really much infrastructure. And the worst case scenario, like if things go wrong, like you're robbed or extorted or something, or you get a flat tire and you find yourself in the middle of bullies.
Robbery and extortion's in the same category as a
The worst case
flat.
scenario is that the cops or the army come to help you out. Then,
Oh, really?
Then it gets really bad.
Why is that bad?
They're pretty good at, rape and murder are pretty much, the specialty.
For the cops in the military?
Bad. Really bad.
So if they come to help you, are you saying
it's
that
the worst thing that could possibly happen.
they're not going to help you?
They're professionals that will rob you. Look, a rebel dude wants to take your stuff. You could say, I guess you could say, fuck you, I'm not giving it to you, and you could run. You could, maybe punch somebody and make a break for it. I mean, not that would be a good idea. But when an official, the army they've stolen the diplomatic bag from like the ambassador. I think the French ambassador. I forget which one. But I mean, they just don't have any problem at all of you're giving me that. Okay.
And if you fight back, you're
now it's an official problem. You can put you in jail forever.
That's probably not a good jail either. I bet a jail in the Congo.
Oh my
I bet it's not. You can't really protest for better conditions.
It is natural resource wise. It's the wealthiest country in Africa. It's the size of all Western Europe. It's beautiful. It's a very, 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 very complicated situation, but it really was an adventure, and I got to say, a privilege.
But how do you stay safe?
It's dangerous.
There's no guarantees.
It's a place where the situation changes from minute to minute, where everything. You just got to be really careful. You don't carry arms. You drive around in vans with TV written on the side and a big sign with a AK, like a silhouette of an AK with a red circle and a line.
Right, that you don't have any weapons.
We do not have any weapons, so nothing to see here, folks. Nothing particularly good to steal. You don't travel with armed security. That just isn't gonna.
Why is that? Because
there's 29 different official rebel groups. Those are the ones with names, and then these guys called My, who are local defense forces. You just make yourself a big fat target if you're in any way armed. I mean, you have security people, you have local fixers who sort of, the idea is to argue your way out of a situation, finesse your way out of a situation. There's a lot of.
You did have a fixer, or you didn't?
Yeah, you have to have Congolese who are looking after you, who know, okay, this guy needs 10 minutes of FaceTime, a lot of handshakes, and maybe a fruit basket. This guy's a problem. Time to get in the van and get out of here.
Wow. Like, who was the problem? Would it be like a local chief or
local security, whoever the sinister local, head of the internal security ministry is? But
a lot of ministries. I don't like a place with ministries.
What's weird though is like even in the middle, we're up in what was essentially in the book, the Heart of Darkness. Where Kurtz was, Kisangani. And we're about 100 clicks out of there, middle of the jungle, no power anywhere, nothing resembling running water, 5 bars on a cell phone. 3G, tweeting from the middle of the jungle.
Holy shit. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We would love our friend Jonathan, right?
Oh, yeah, my manager goes to he's never been in the Congo, but he goes to takes crazy trips. He's obsessed with travel, and he's got the same kind of view you do. Like, he just wants to see these places, and he doesn't go in armed. He doesn't, he took a tour of Africa recently, and, he said the driving was the worst part because you get motion sick because the roads are so fucking twisted and the infrastructure is just non-existent.
Yeah, you get to tenderized kidneys. Some places bouncing around.
He didn't go where Anthony went, though. He didn't go like that.
It was like an amazing experience.
And what did you end up filming in the Congo?
Oh man, everything. I mean, Goma. We start out in Goma in eastern Kivu, which is a very contentious area, and then sort of centered on Conrad, Apocalypse Now, the Heart of Darkness, and the kind of took a look at the history of the Congo through the Congo River, and it's a lot of history to try and discuss in a visual way, because most people look at the Congo and they just throw their hands up in the air and they say, it's too much. I can't. How do you explain this in 3 minutes, much less 42 minutes? So we try to do that in a visual way.
Is it scary when you said that you have a handler and like the guys are talking to the local guy and you don't know if they're being, because other times in the language barrier, you don't know if they're screaming at each other. Is that just how these guys talk, or is there a problem?
You get used to that really quick, but there is a lot of screaming and threats. Jesus. That's called negotiation.
Sounds crazy. Sounds exhausting.
Arrest him, that sort of thing.
But your guy would say to you, like, all right, we can't fix this. It's time. How did you know that you weren't going to be stopped when the guy goes like, hey, this guy's a problem?
Look, there were a lot of moments where this situation is bad and these are our options. Make a run for it, or land or river. But we had really, really great fixers who were just really good at going through the process, meaning there's a screaming, yelling, and threats process, then there's a talk them down process, then we'll have some warm beer and maybe some money will be exchanged.
We'll negotiate.
But what were they mad about?
You talked to the mayor first. You didn't come right to me first. The mayor got a fruit basket, and I'm putting him in jail. You should have come to me first.
Wow.
Putting you in jail?
Well,
the mayor?
The mayor.
It's like management
Generally,
here.
the mayor goes in first, and then I cannot guarantee your safety, which is not a good thing to hear.
No.
Is that a threat almost?
Because it's not not guaranteeing your safety. We're going to make it very difficult.
Yeah, we're going to do it ourselves.
I cannot guarantee your safety is definitely not what you want to hear where we were.
So there's no right answer, obviously. You're always pissing off somebody.
Yeah. Look, you're in a situation where any state employee probably hasn't been paid anything in 6 months. There were guys showing up at the train station in Kisangani. I don't think it's been fully operational, if operational at all, since like early 60s, and only partially operational since the 70s.
Oh my God.
Their whole staff shows up, and I mean the whole train station's overrun. The tracks are overrun. Everything. They show up every day, and they do their job. They try to keep the trains repaired every day with no money. Guys who show up at the this bouldering library in the middle of the jungle, they show up hoping. They just show up to work. They put on their jacket, their tie, they go in, and
there's a library there.
And
we went to this like Belgian research center in the middle of the jungle. It was pretty awesome.
Wow.
It was like really, really wild.
What's the library like?
Huge, like futurist, kind of Futurama style library complex that thousands of people used to work at, out in the middle of the jungle, most of it overgrown completely. You see a lot of that. I mean, you see the hotel where Bogart and Bacall and Katharine Hepburn stayed during African Queen. It used to be a really beautiful, industrialized wonderland for white people in the Congo. I mean, the Congolese weren't allowed to walk their own streets.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were a middle-class Belgian, you were living large in the Congo. You had railways and modern buildings and infrastructure, sports club, the pool, the health, the golf courses, all of that. And, when they split, the Belgians, they plugged the toilets with cement, scuttled everything in sight, and since they hadn't allowed anyone to, go beyond, I think, like middle school, they left like 8 qualified guys in the whole Congo to run a country.
What year did the Belgians leave?
Early 60s.
Why were they such pieces of shit about it?
Man, they were not before the Belgians, the whole country was owned by King Leopold of Belgium. And he basically killed half the population, pushing them to collect rubber and ivory. And if you didn't bring in your quota for rubber by hand tapping it and extract, they'd cut your arms off.
Jesus.
Their people were paid by the arm. This was in the 20th century.
It's kind of like kicking over the sandcastle before you leave the beach.
Right.
Not uncommon. A lot of guys in Africa. It wasn't just the Belgians. Also, to be fair, the Congolese, as soon as they got independence, made this mistake of democratically electing basically a communist.
Yeah.
Who we quickly had killed. Okay, us and the British and the Belgians. And so we were not too eager to see them succeed, particularly given the large uranium deposits in the country, which we did not want to fall in the hands of the Russians. So, it did not make us unhappy at that particular period of time that the country was not working.
So without the colonialism there now and stuff, what is the issue now?
They're surrounded, they're bristling with diamonds, gems, natural resources that everybody wants. They've got neighbors like Rwanda with huge displaced armies who've been kicked out of Rwanda, now running around in the Congo, because the last president, any president actually, they can't rely on their own army. Anytime they have problems within the country, they make they basically rent out or sell off their national resources to neighboring countries who send in armies to ally with the current president, and then hang around and make sure that they get to keep stuff. So there are all of these surrogate armies controlled by the neighbors, as well as all these Looney Tune little breakaway groups who 1 minute, 10 minutes ago were working with the army and the national government, and are now allied against them.
Have you ever thought, what's the solution here? What would be the solution to get a viable, world-accepted country there?
It's so big, that's the problem. I mean, it's the size of all Western Europe. I mean, the capital, and most of it's jungle, so it's really, really hard. Look, they need a large functioning management class for sure. But we can hardly pull that off in this country.
You said something back there that everything's being overgrown.
Yeah,
that must have been really cool to see.
It's hauntingly beautiful,
right?
To see,
And the Bogart Hotel where they stayed,
yeah,
that's one of the places that's completely overgrown.
It's a squat now, but it was called the Pourquoi Pas Hotel. And
did you get
I'm reading Hepburn's memoir as I'm, looking at it. And,
did you go inside of it?
Yeah,
and it's just being overgrown.
Well, I mean, there's squatters living in it.
Wow. Yeah. Jeez.
And that library is not used for anything anymore, right?
There are a few. There's still a few Congolese students who were trying to make use of that research, and it's heartbreaking. People are trying, but it's really, really tough. That's a situation where you fight to live every day.
Yeah.
And,
has that given you how has it changed your perspective of the United States at all when you see stuff like that? And it's stuff that, only a small percentage of people in America would even see that. How has it changed your
Well, if I hear somebody whining about writer's block, I'm not too sympathetic.
Right.
When you see how hard people will work just to stay clean, how hard they'll work to maintain their pride, clean clothes, clean body. That's it's not what you expect.
Does it give you more patience here? Are you more patient with things, or
you got to? You're thinking that there. When the ferry goes out and it's another 7-hour wait to get across the river, and that's every day.
Right.
You think, I'm never going to yell at a traffic light again.
Yeah, the 1 minute that it's taking. God damn it, I missed the light.
Yeah.
So we've been mixing it, look how easy I got it. We're bitching about, oh God, if I just one toilet, one good shower.
Right.
But that's for what, a week, 10 days? Next show I'll be in Spain, eating tapas and drinking red wine. So.
Have you taken a lot of shits outdoors?
Yeah, we're professionals, man. We
got it all figured out.
We're real good at all of these things you never thought you'd have to learn. We're getting real good at. Yeah, the al fresco dump. Yes.
Do you ever think I'm going to this place and I've overstepped this time? We made a mistake thinking we were going to be safe, and we were. I know you have a lot of scary moments, but has there been any times where you're like, I really fucked up this time?
Me, no. There were some days in Libya. There was some time because there was stuff going on around us. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God, we're going to die, but this situation was getting worse every day, and there was a lot of discussion whether to stay or go. Like every day, there was an emergency meeting. Okay, this is the latest security briefing, and our security guys were not. You know, when your security guys would say, "Look, if we'd known before what we know now, we wouldn't have come. We wouldn't have advised you not to come."
Man.
And so every day it was sort of like the whole crew had a vote: are we bugging out for the airport, or are we going to try to hang on for another few days?
How would you vote?
I voted to stay. I mean, I felt pretty secure. I'm not a heroic guy by a long shot, but I didn't see any immediate. It looked okay to me. I mean, the people around us were cool. The Libyans were very cool with us.
Yeah.
Just there was stuff happening outside of our view that was worrying.
We have the Vice guys in sometimes, and I love their documentaries. And Shane was saying that the worst place of all the places, the scariest was Juarez, Mexico.
Yeah.
Would you go there? Would you go to certain places in Mexico at this point, or do you think you might want to avoid that?
I don't know. It depends on what the situation is. I'm not looking to put, unlike them, I'm not looking to put my head up into a firing line just for good TV.
Right.
I mean, I'm there for another reason. And I'm willing to accept a certain amount of risk if there's a really good story or something interesting there. But I'm not looking at, hey, look at me, I'm in Juarez.
Right.
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, I love Mexico, so I mean, I'd love if you tell me, if enough people tell me it'll be okay. We've been to a lot of places where they say you shouldn't go that turn out to be really cool.
When you're in these places, like, do you come back here and see news from the Congo and from Libya, and does it affect you more in that way? Do you have to carry this around with you now, going, not only feeling bad for your own country and what's happening here, but now you gotta have empathy for like half the fucking globe?
I don't know. It's weird. You steel your heart to a lot of things. I think when you
that's
see
what
a
I
lot
assume.
of sad shit regularly, you have to. I mean, I've seen this happen with NGOs and people who work in environments like that.
Right.
Just in order to get to work every day without having a breakdown, and constantly weeping, you inure yourself to certain things. I get angry seeing really stupid coverage of places like Libya. No clue. There are actually idiots out there saying, we were better off with Gaddafi. Oh, really? Really? It is people say this with authority, having never been to Libya, never having met these kids, the majority of people who overthrew. They get their news sources the most cretinous, fringe, underinformed conspiracy theory website. And they're pretty, Gaddafi, and this is from both left and right. Gaddafi was better. No, he wasn't. And the majority of the people who threw him out were people that you would like hanging out with. They were cool. They were kids who were playing like PlayStation a week before they went to war. Went home from Western universities to fight against the guy. I mean, they fought Soviet tanks with handmade weapons built out of like plastic and hair dryers. And so I got a lot of when I see really stupid uninformed news coverage, it makes me a little cranky.
And much like soldiers and police officers and whatnot, and you don't have to be specific, but was there some form of gallows humor a little between you guys to just see some horrible things and in order to even deal with it, have to make a little joking?
Reach this stupid zone where
I hear
point. It's like
to cope. Coping mechanism.
Yeah, well, you just start like getting giddily obsessed with getting anally raped. It's like everything.
Look who laughs first, Jimmy.
Yes. I've never actually laughed thinking of it. I always come.
It is. It's a constant remain, especially when you're sort of. When you're really tired. You've been going. You're stressed. You're scared. You're reading. you know, you're reading news reports of just like unbelievably awful shit. Yes, you make stupid and wildly inappropriate humor.
Right,
yes,
right.
No doubt about it.
Where do you go on personal vacations? Like, where do you like going around the world?
Look, any beach where
Yeah.
I can just stay put is good for me.
Nice
I mean, if I
beverage
go to
on the
Long Island
beach.
this summer, or,
Yeah, yeah.
just hang out with the family, and then I'm
That's
not doing
cool.
anything. You know, I'm walking to the barbecue and back. That's about it.
That's because your work puts you in a
great.
position when you're vacationing. You're not the hey excursion guy. You're
Right.
not fucking let's do this and
steamers, beer.
That's it. Nice.
But the people he goes with, they're all hoping he comes up with a plan for that day.
Yeah, we're laying here on a lounge chair with a drink in my hand.
Right, he's going to come up with the excursion.
Hell no! I'm going with my family, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not social at all. I don't. Summer, I'm not about going to benefits or any of that shit.
I hear you.
You just want to relax and kind of stay put.
Yeah.
If there's a meal that I can't eat with my hands, it's a disaster. It's a personal disaster. If I have to put on anything other than a bathing suit, then it's something's gone seriously wrong with my vacation.
I see on the one sheet today, I'm not sure if we discussed this before, the most disgusting thing you've ever eaten is a chicken McNugget.
Well, I mean, on balance, because I mean, I probably knew the least about what's actually in it.
Right.
At least what I was eating, rotten shark. I knew what the
Rotten
principal
shark.
ingredients were.
Where'd you eat rotten shark?
Oh my
Iceland.
God.
Nasty.
Why rotten on purpose? Or they
They
just...
love that shit. They
rot it on.
rot it. They putrefy it, and then they pickle it.
Oh my God.
It's about their Viking, their proud Viking roots.
But what does it taste
I am
like?
so tough, I can eat this shit.
Oh, is that what it is?
What it tastes like? Is there any way?
It tastes like rotten shark. If I had like a little tiny little nubbin like this here and here, this stent, you would all be, dude. I can't work here.
I got to scrape the brown off the bottom of my salmon. I can't even handle
don't like that?
No.
This would just absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do they like it?
They
The
probably
younger
tell
generations there say, I don't eat that shit. No. But it's like lutefisk, that they eat that out in Scandinavian areas of the country. It's really stanky.
And what is lutefisk?
Same basic.
Do they put it on something, or they eat it raw with a fucking fork? Ugh.
I've seen shows where they've eaten that disgusting.
Can we find rotten shark in New York City?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
We got to
I'm sure
try
you can
this.
get it.
E-Rock's got it.
Yeah, or lutefisk. It comes in a can. You can.
Oh my God, E-Rock, would you do this?
It would be like an anti-personnel weapon. You open that up in here,
Just stench out the whole room.
You're done. You're done.
How the fuck do they stay in business?
They like it.
It's fucked up.
But they actually enjoy the taste.
Yes.
We got to get
Acquired
some.
taste, I would gather.
We
Yeah.
got to go get some.
Gefilte fish, I think, right? I think I tried that at Dice's house during Passover or whatever. It was fucking repulsive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was terrible. It didn't taste like that.
No.
But there's certain ethnic foods or certain cultural foods. I don't know what it is that makes you okay with it, maybe when you're a kid, but I just can't stomach it.
I can't even do sardines.
I like a good sardine.
My in-laws
I'm all
will.
over that.
My
Yeah.
in-laws will gobble that shit up. I can't do it.
Hey, shalom, you cocksucker. Ain't this shit?
Oh, we got to try that. E-Rock, you up for trying some of that shit?
I don't know if I could stomach that.
Sure you can.
Seafood is not really.
That's a yes. Let's send the intern out.
Unless it's krill.
Yeah, what's it called again? Let's go get it now. Where can we get it?
Oh,
Do we have to go down to
There's gotta be
Chinatown?
International Food Center, someplace
Yeah.
with like canned goods of many lands.
Yeah, I'm sure they have it here somewhere.
Yeah, that would take. You'd need a few hours to find it, but you will.
So let's
Yeah.
get it for
You'll
tomorrow.
have that for tomorrow. You will
Yeah,
have
get it for tomorrow.
Well,
Get
can
your
you look
medical
online?
test subject and
Get them on it.
E-Rock used to eat weird shit for us. What was the worst thing you ate, E-Rock? Do you remember?
I don't know. Head cheese was pretty bad.
Oh, you'll look back on that fondly as a golden time.
Sounds great.
Like it's a nice blue cheese.
That'll be like the time you had sex with a supermodel compared to,
Wow, Anthony Bourdain's not fucking around.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that sounds
it's
great.
Bad, huh?
They don't touch it. Even the guys who prepare it in Iceland, they use like the rubber gloves to put it on the plate.
Because
With
it
like
would
a
probably
toothpick in it.
stank your hands up.
Yeah,
How big of a piece do you eat?
like a paradise.
Wow.
Oh, they don't eat a giant hunk of it.
You probably
No, it's
can.
more of a snack, and you intersperse it with shots of fire water.
Potato chips are a snack.
That-
That's not a snack.
I wonder if they put it on crackers or something, like caviar. I don't know. Am I white trash? What do you eat caviar on? You don't eat on crackers, do you?
A blini, actually, a small buckwheat pancake, possibly with a garnish of sour cream, chives, maybe some separated hard-cooked white and yolk of egg, diced red onion.
Is it good like that, caviar?
Yeah.
I've never had it.
So what happened to you when you ate this? Were you able to keep it down?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's unpleasant, but compared to what? I mean,
I don't know.
You know, it's not like a punch in the face. It's, you know, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's like anything else that you eat that's bad.
Sure.
Yeah. It's terrible. What? How old were you when you first started like traveling on your own?
44.
Really? So you were just pretty much a homebody kind of a guy?
No, I was working in restaurants 14 hours a day.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, I'd been in France for a few weeks out of a few summers. I'd been in the Caribbean a few times, but that was about it.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, big change for me.
So it was, work that took you around the globe?
Well, I mean, I made sure I worked to make sure that was my work. You know, I said, look, the book's doing really well. I got to cash in on this. I got to, I made a success by writing about my life, and I only got one of those. So
you got to make some more.
I figured
of it.
Got to get somebody to send me out there to have adventures and do all the shit I always wanted to do, and then hopefully I'll have something to write about. And that ended up being, 13 years later. I'm still doing it.
You like colder climates or warmer climates better?
I'm a warm. I hate clean, orderly countries, Switzerland would be a living hell to me. I hate alpine vistas, clean streets, functioning, crime-free societies. I like hot, messy, dysfunctional, passionate societies where people yell at each other and serve delicious, spicy food.
That's just the opposite of what I like.
Exciting.
Really? You'd rather be in, like, Sweden than like, southern Italy?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Well, in the southern Italy, I would mind Italy. I'm thinking of disorganized places. I mean, I like a nice clean street.
He likes a clean street. He likes a hotel that has 24-hour room service.
Yeah,
with nice...
gentlemen's accommodations is what I say.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like some good plumbing, but clean streets. I can hear the jackboots coming. You know what I mean? It's if it's all too, you have no crime here in wherever.
Right.
They wear lederhosen in places like that.
I like that, though.
Is there a place you haven't been yet that you want to be?
Iran. I'd love to go to Iran. The government is, we'll see how that goes.
You probably get
you can go in. I just, if they loosen up a little bit, right now it's a kind of it's a hostile environment to say the least. But the people is supposed to be awesome. The country is supposed to be great. It's supposed to be easy to get around there. The people are lovely. The food's amazing. It's a beautiful place. It's just a really fucked up government.
I've heard the youth of Iran loves America.
It's a very young country. I think the vast majority of the population are under 28.
Yeah, and they really like what we do here in America. But for some reason, they can't figure that out. Get some of that going over there.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough situation.
What about North Korea? Would you like to go there?
I think it would be poor taste to go do I'm known for food shows, and there's not a lot of food there. They're not going to let me see much interesting. Yeah. You get these handlers in situations like that who are, look at glorious buildings of revolution, That's not
what about Southeast Asia?
I've been everywhere there.
Everywhere there, right?
Favorite part of the world.
Yeah.
Vietnam, Cambodia.
I think it's a great country to see, Vietnam. I've never been to anywhere in Asia or anywhere in the world, actually.
The best. It's so great.
The food is good?
Amazing.
I want to eat Indian food, too. The one fucking episode of The Sopranos wrecked me where he gets sick on Indian food. I've been offered to eat Indian food. I've never tried it, and people say
You've never had Indian food?
I've never eaten
Indian food. And you live in
New
York?
Never.
You have a sheltered life, man.
I'm afraid I'm going to get a bad piece of whatever.
So what? It's a little extra time on the Thunder Bucket. So what?
Dude, I don't like being sick. I don't like. What's a good Indian place and good Indian food?
Oh man, I can't give you all.
Or good food. What's good food? Good Indian food.
Just eat everything. It's all good. I mean, maybe you'll get the shits, but it's not gonna. You're not gonna die.
Yeah, the shits aren't fun.
I don't want the shits.
I've gone to a couple of places.
Wait a minute. Let me give you an example. You know the street fairs with the tube socks and the dried spices and the same crap. Again and again and again.
Yeah.
You're walking down the street and you smell that sausage, the hot and sweet sausage with the peppers and the onions. Doesn't that smell good to you?
Sure.
Smells good to me, and I know every single time it's going to be, 30 seconds over Tokyo, you know? I don't care.
You don't puke, though, right?
No.
Just shit.
You get a little gurgling.
It's a freckling the bowl situation.
I don't care about freckling. He doesn't care about getting the runs.
No.
Yeah, you get a little percolating going. That's it. Yeah.
Street gyros, that's a pretty high likelihood of
problems. Yeah.
Of problems.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
It's really just a scheduling issue.
Right, if you have some time and you don't mind, freckling the bowl is probably the best way.
Love that.
Yeah, that just took the top place over spraying mud. I like freckling the bowl.
Yes.
Hey, there's photos of you at UFC for the weekend over Saturday. Did you enjoy it?
I thought the Roy, Big Country, was amazing.
That fucking
knockout.
overhand right is a thing of beauty.
It was incredible because he's up against this guy who looked like a gladiator.
Czech Congo, yeah.
It was really that was impressive. It was just a weird night. I mean, there were a lot of disqualifications and early stoppages over eye injuries. And, a broken thumb, a broken toe.
Did you see the broken toe video yet?
So bad.
Well, I thought, I was right there, and what was amazing was. I don't think he had any idea.
No.
I think Rogan pointed it out to him. He said, dude, your toe's broken. And he started a, I'm not going to say faint, but clearly blood drained out of his head, and he had to sit down. He was having a problem talking. I mean, he had no idea. He had all that adrenaline, and he looks down and was like, oh,
it was turned completely upside down. It's not
flipped over.
But if anyone thinks for a second that, well, if they hadn't stopped the fight, Kuchel would have totally had. No. He was not making it another 23 seconds. I was sitting with his family and right next to me, and you saw his interview after. Things were not going to improve for him. He was really getting hurt.
We were watching that. I wonder what moment he knew, because he's a tough guy. But he said at first he complained, but then he's like, no, it was a good stoppage. Like, he kind of felt like they were right to stop it.
If you're a fan of somebody, and I like Chael Sonnen, I think he's one of the funniest, brightest, smartest. This is a guy who's going to have a huge, long after his fight career, he's going to have a huge career in broadcasting,
right.
And he's very, very likable and really, really smart. Even if you're a fan, and this is what I don't get, I don't want the guy to get brain damage or hurt for my momentary entertainment, okay? The outcome of the fight, you see this again and again, the outcome of the fight is clearly determined here. You know which way it's going to go.
Yeah. I'm
not going to be happy until he's unconscious and drooling and with a doctor looking to see if his pupils are fixed and dilated. I don't need to see that. I don't demand that as a fight fan. I mean...
Yeah. A lot of people.
The matter was settled.
Right. I guess a lot of people are waiting for that miraculous comeback, but it's like you said, you know which way this is going.
There comes a point, and it happened a number of times, where the Belcher fans are yelling like things are going to get better for him. They clearly weren't. You're not going to be happy until he's unconscious. Then you'll feel better.
Yeah.
There was one moment in restraint shown which I really liked. Like it was when Nelson hit Congo in the head, and he hit him. And Czech Congo just kind of collapsed. And he's a big heavyweight. And then as he's kind of going down, Nelson hits him again, which is very standard because he's still. But then he went on his back, and Roy came in and cocked. And he didn't hit him, which I liked because he was so clearly out. And Nelson could have got off another shot and been okay and been justified. But I like the fact that he didn't do that because it's like, man, you got to realize if a guy is out like that, you could really fucking hurt him. And he didn't do it, which I liked.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're dealing with a sport that is potentially as bloody as UFC, I think it behooves everybody to be a little more aggressive on the judging. If you're going to have that much blood, you should try to minimize the lasting injuries.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you worried about your wife doing this stuff?
Well, she competes in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so this, getting punched in the face is no. But she just did really well. She was just at New York, just won gold at the New York Open.
Oh wow!
Class.
Wow!
So very, very happy, and I think she's going to be competing a lot in the amateur circuit over the next few months, and She loves it.
Do you like the women? And I like watching the women fights. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but then you realize that
They bring it. There's none of that, dancing around. I'm going to win on points here. They go at it, and I think Rousey's really exciting.
Yeah, she's great.
I feel they have something to prove. I'm sure they, we got to really put this over the top. Yeah.
And it's not like the women's boxing used to be, where it just looks like a bar fight with people stopping. These are really good fighters who with really good, precise form. I'd like to see the Ronda Rousey Steven Seagal fight. I would pay big money to see that, and I would totally bet on her.
Yeah.
I would like to see her totally choke that hump out.
Why? Did he say something about her?
No, she said something about him, I think.
Oh,
he was, I don't know, she was a, sort of a joke of the moment thing, but personally, I would be curious to see how that fight went.
That would be great to see.
We had her in, and she did like an arm bar on me, and I was worried because, like Anthony said, you worried about, well, it's the one where they have something to prove, but she was very gentle, and she was really a lot nicer than I thought she'd be. But again, there's no, well, I'm a man, she's a woman, so I could technically, she could kick the dog shit out of me and relatively easily, and I kind of sensed that in that moment.
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, I live in, my daughter's 6. But she already knows mommy's taught her arm bar, choke, triangle, so like I'm running around. It's like at any moment, these 2 women in my house could be arm barring me or getting their hooks in,
Do you feel happy that your wife can defend herself too? You feel like it's safer for her if anything ever happens, she's capable.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I really feel bad for anybody who would, make the mistake of even getting lippy with her. But it's also nice to know that, every once in a while I get the over-enthusiastic, biggest fan ever at a bar or at some event, and it's always your biggest fan who suddenly transforms from your biggest fan to just like belligerent asshole. He's like, I'll pay your salary, man. That's that guy.
Oh, God damn.
I can't, I can't hit him or break a bottle over his head, or obviously I'm going to be in court for the rest of my life. It's nice to know that if I were there with my wife, she's coming back from the bathroom and some asshole is getting lippy with me, that she could totally choke him out. Or, that pretty much it's over for him.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's funny because,
you have those.
Dude,
yeah.
You're the best. One more, and then this is the great one. They go, I just wanted to say hi. Thanks. They walk away. They're like a minute, 2 minutes later, they come back, ask you another question, and then if you try to say like, look, I'm over here, I'm talking with this, or I'm doing, then you're an asshole. Then you're the fucking asshole now.
Yeah, we were shooting the Desert Show with Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. And this guy, we're inside, we're taking a break from shooting. I'm having a beer with Josh. We're talking, this little fucking troll comes up. And he's like, I'm your biggest fan. Okay, gee, that's great. I saw you recently at a live show in another city. It's great. So I guess that means I pay your salary. Okay. But okay, I'm cool. Listen, my wife would really like a picture. I said, well, I'm happy to do it. Bring her by. I'll be happy to take a picture. I'm not going anywhere. I'm around. No. She's back in the parking lot. Come on out there. I say, look, I'm talking with my friend here. What? Could you please bring her by? She says, come on, man. I'd pay your salary. At which point, Josh says something like, dude, we're talking. And he turns to Josh, who's like 6'5" and, built. And he says, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Oh, this guy's a problem.
I'm like, you know what? I'm not giving you an autograph now, asshole. I don't like you at all. You just read to my friend and go fuck yourself. At which point he starts to, with the finger, which Josh picks this guy up by his throat. I'm like, he's shaking. I'm like, a little smurf. It was great. Oh, man.
But what kind of a douchebag would expect you to go out and see his wife in the parking lot? Like, don't try to be a hero to your wife at my expense.
Salary, Jim.
That is true. He does pay your salary. I stand corrected.
I was happy to do it. Bring your wife, bring all your friends. I'll stay all day long.
Exactly.
As many pictures, whatever.
I'm not going to trot around to different locations.
I'm going to go into these dark desert parking lot.
Oh, he was trying to kidnap
you. Drunk troll.
Yeah.
Right. There's a bunch of guys out there with like duct tape and zip ties and an open van door. And
he's going to pull up. He's going to try to kiss you by the car like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
that would be cool. That look, even that's preferable. The finger, you know, the stabbing in the chest with the finger.
But you can feel it shift too, and they're like, "Dude, I love you," and then there's one thing you don't do right, and like, "Oh, what the fuck? Am I bothering you?"
You're not keeping it real, man.
What do you want me to do? Jerk you off at the bar? I said hello. I'm happy to see you. Fucking shut up. It's amazing. Like I never say no to a photo. Ever. Yeah. Will I do it? But once in a while, you do something that they perceive as rude because they're drunk.
But an offense would be not doing the tequila shot. Preferred tequila shot. You know, then suddenly like you're an asshole because you're not
drinking with it. Yeah. Gotten that one.
Right.
Yeah, come
on,
man.
Will you eat food they send you or no? Because he won't, and I'm
I'll
hesitant.
do my best. Sure, yeah.
You will?
You know, I'll try, yeah.
I take a look at who it is, see who it's coming from.
Assess the situation.
If they're covered with open sores.
Right. Or, they got that fucking 1,000-yard stare and putting a prescription bottle back in their pocket. Could be an issue. Yeah.
You know, one of those little pill balls in a crusher. Fucking dummy who did the Tylenol thing, and she kept the fucking pill ball in her sink.
A mortar and pestle.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. A pill ball and a crusher.
That's how a normal person says it. What did you call it?
Mortar and pestle.
Exactly. That's how somebody who's poisoning fucking aspirin bottles says it.
Right.
Hey, what's that pill crusher thing? That's how every non-criminal refers to it.
Yeah, that doesn't show up in Google.
I think you're right.
Nobody does.
Buy that shit online.
What is your show on, by the way?
Sundays, 9 o'clock, CNN.
Sunday, 9 o'clock. And I'm so happy with how it's going. And I got to tell you, CNN is not a place you think they'd have like a big sense of humor.
Right.
They do. They've been really, really great.
They get it.
Good for you, man.
They gave me my ID the other day.
Oh, yeah?
That opens door. Like, I could walk into CNN headquarters and swipe, and, like, the doors open up, and I'm just wandering around like I actually work in a
do you see the people that, are on camera all the time?
Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing?
And they're actually, like, fun.
Yeah, news people, I do stuff over at Fox News, and news people they're quite a partying bunch, first
they
of
have
all.
better hair over there. Much better hair.
Fox.
Ooh, yeah.
I've never seen people that can drink as much as news people.
Yeah.
They can fucking drink. They love going out afterwards and tying one on at the local gin mill.
They've seen the shit.
Yeah, maybe that's
they've seen the stuff they can't air.
Shooting in Libya and the Congo for me. Look, I'm there for a week.
Yeah.
And after a week, I'm like, oh man, I need a shower. Like, I'll kill for a shower. I just can't. I need something to eat. People like Christiane Amanpour and Barbara Starr and people like that have been, for decades.
Oh, yeah.
Reporting for Anbar Province and places like that. It was like, and also working in situations where, your car rolls up at the location and your security guys are saying, okay, you've got 10 minutes here. Okay, you get in and you get back in the car. And wait a minute, that guy over there was speaking on a cell phone, just picked up a cell phone. You're getting back in the car now.
Holy shit.
10 years of that. That's pretty. I got a lot of respect for people who do that for a living now.
Yeah.
And I got to say I'm grateful because here, when they announce the show, I've been doing snarky food and travel TV for a while. You would think that a lot of people at CNN who've been doing hard news would not be happy to see me show up. They've been really very friendly to me and very welcoming, which, if I was in their position, I'd say, who's this asshole? You're canceling news for this?
But you fit the bill over there. Like, you're one of the rare shows that can transcend that because you do travel and you are showing the world and you are showing these odd locations and these kind of, at times, dangerous places. You're not doing it just from some fancy restaurant.
And it's not like it's Steve-O doing it. You're kind of knowledgeable about things and, you're...
What I don't get is, I've been getting, like, a lot of tweets or Facebook posts from fans who say, like, this, I love your show. I always used to watch it, but now that you're on the Communist News Network, I'm not going to watch.
Jesus
it's like, okay, you like my show, but because it's on the same network as news, whose general bent you don't like, you're not going to watch it. It's like, what's the part? You're afraid that I might accidentally see another. After I see your show, I might see another 5 minutes and suddenly become overwhelmed by compulsion to, see Joe Biden's penis. It's like, oh my, I feel myself turning gay and communist. You're so fucking weak-minded that you can't handle.
You can't distinguish between one show and another. And this one.
I watch Fox all the time. It's like I don't feel like. I'm gonna. It's gonna.
That you're gonna be brainwashed
Right,
all of a sudden.
All of a sudden,
because it's on for 2 or 3 minutes.
Conservative, yeah.
What are we going to see in future episodes?
Let's see, with Congo, Libya. Next week is a truly terrifying, over-the-top Quebec show. I mean, just an assault of delicious food that will really frighten people.
What's their main dish up there? The one thing you have to have in
they
Quebec.
like foie gras, and we were there in winter, so it's a lot of maple syrup, foie gras, pork, the finest wines known to humanity.
Quebec has the finest wine.
Well, no, but they get a lot of. The people I was with are really all about eating and drinking and old school. It's not light.
Yeah.
Where else? Tangier. The week after that. So we're investigating the whole burrows and bowls and how to make keef and majun. So yeah, some helpful recipes if you're ever hashish related. Seriously, I'll show you how it's done for demonstration purposes only.
Of course.
And I think the last show of the season is Congo, and then there will be another block of shows.
That sounds great, man.
How much time
really
to get off?
Interesting.
Between the seasons.
Well, we have a bunch of stuff in the can, but
so does Jimmy.
I'll have like a month this summer.
Good for you, man.
I've been doing speaking tour in between, so
keep him busy.
Yes, indeed.
Always.
Well, we got to take a break. It's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, I
Thank
love
you guys.
having you in. It's always
We're all big
fun.
fans. You know that.
Funny, adventurous.
Yeah.
CNN on Sunday nights, 9
Parts
p.m.
Unknown, it's called, obviously, with Anthony Bourdain. Sundays, 9 o'clock.
And if you're not sure what time it's on or what channel, just look out your window in New York. It'll be on a fucking bus going by. I've seen Anthony Bourdain more in the last probably 2 weeks than I have in the entire years you've been coming in here.
That's pretty cool.
They're promoting something we don't know much about here at Sirius XM.
Yeah. It's nice to see.
We had promotion once. We were on buses once. That was kind of cool. Yeah,
once,
long time ago.
Yeah, ever since you've been under them.
They throw us under them now. That's
and Bourdain on Twitter, Bourdain. Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain. Thanks, brother.
Thank you guys so much. Always fun.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Want to thank Anthony Bourdain for stopping by. He's always great. Always has a story or two to tell. Once again, Parts Unknown, Sundays, 9 o'clock on CNN. And it's looking good that Tyson's going to stop by and say hi. He wasn't scheduled today, but he's in the building. He's had a good time on the show. He knows we went and saw his show. So he wants to say, hey, what's up? So hopefully that'll happen before 10 o'clock.
You know what it is when one buddy retweets another buddy?
What is that?
They usually come on and see them the next morning. That's how it works. For anybody that doesn't know how it is.
Well, this is the Kean
is that
Cahill,
him?
I think his name is. YouTube sensation. We had him on after the show once.
He's still alive?
Oh, yeah. He's still alive. He still hasn't grown a damn fucking centimeter.
No, he looks exactly the same. What's Mike laughing?
What are they doing together, Sam, in this video?
Let's see it. What are they singing?
Why don't we...
Keenan's room.
Lost in your eyes every time that you look in mine. How miss you'll be everything. Fill me with
His weird
you,
hands.
baby. No.
No.
'Cause I just wanna love you.
Isn't he the guy that gets like
Never, ever-
millions of views on the video, except for the one that you shot, Opie?
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
But that was a guarantee.
Yes, that was my guarantee. And that
Who fucked that up?
Obviously I did.
No, I think someone fucked it up though because the.
Yeah, because we didn't. I don't know. I forgot
about
what we
the
did.
music.
Oh,
was
I
wrong.
remember what you did.
What was it?
Because you took.
Could you explain this kid?
Right, Keenan Cahill made this huge. He's just
He
a
just lip
huge
syncs.
YouTube sensation because he's crazy weird looking, but he lip syncs.
Right. What was his famous video?
I don't know. He just
The one that put him over the top.
I don't remember exactly which one.
Well, could
But
it
he
be?
started-
Hold on. Could it be the one that has? Wait, you're moving too fast. 55 million views.
Wow.
When he did Teenage Dream.
It was probably before that.
Or is it the one he did with 50 Cent where it's 50 million views?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, he's got millions and millions and millions of views. But he was on the show, and he was lip syncing.
Yeah.
And so obviously, since it was on the radio, I had to talk and just kind of hype it up while he lip synced.
Oh, right, because
Or
And
it's
then-
just, or it would just be, you know,
you'd hear the song.
right.
But then,
I say fuck that. My video channel is way more important than
Right.
the radio show. But Sam didn't see it that way, unfortunately.
Well, no, so Opie filmed it, and then I told him you have two options. You could use the audio that we have, or you could just take the original song and just sync it, so
Put
he's
it
lip
under.
syncing. But then he chose to use the show audio.
Because I was very excited, and I thought I had a viral video, so I just wanted to get it up there immediately.
No.
I was extremely excited.
And that took people out of the mix.
Well,
there,
then they
as they're
started
hearing-
hating on Sam because he's talking, but
Right.
he did
Right.
what he was supposed to do because it is a radio show in the end, or it just turns out to be a Katy Perry song, I think it was. Because we were even excited, like, oh my God, he's never done this song before. This will
Is
go
this the
viral.
one?
How many did it get?
He looks a little older now than he did then.
Well,
Well,
47,000.
yeah, that's just like getting 47 million views.
47,000. Oh boy!
Look at this.
Another failure.
Thumbs up if you want Sam gone from the 10 o'clock hour and
See?
replaced with a mongoloid or a chimp. I fucking hate Sam's voice. We get it. Shut up, stupid. Sam is trolling this little wad of jizz.
Well, let's hear. Let me hear it. I want to.
I
want
to kick Sam in the head.
This is more an anti-Sam video.
Well, because it doesn't, there's a disconnect from
Let's
the
hear
two
it.
mediums.
I forgot I forgot I even filmed this, to be honest with you.
It was a while back.
This was a few years ago.
Hit it, E-Rock.
All right.
So he's moving his head. Visually, it looks good. He's a freak of nature, moving his head like he's hit.
Just like on YouTube. Yeah!
Sam's fucking it up.
Well, not though. It's radio. It's like he's singing. I'm watching him, and it's like he's singing it.
I like Kesha,
But it's Kesha.
Oh,
the
this-
Who Kid's on there. It's the show. It's like Kesha, but more good-looking.
You're totally ruining the
You don't hear
thing
the
that
song in the
made the.
background.
Yeah, why did you put it? You should have just put it up without Sam.
All right, it's too depressing. It's
then
too depressing.
after-
I can't look at
I
it.
told him, I was like, you should have put it up with that song. I don't know why you did that.
Yeah, why'd you get so eager?
He makes funny faces.
And then he was like, okay, well, I'll just put up the interview then.
Right.
That must have done good.
Yeah, that's 22,000.
That's only 22,000.
He's 2.5 feet tall.
This guy's so small. He's
Why are you reminding me of my failures?
He has gotten older though.
Not really.
Yeah, no, he looks a lot younger there than he does in that new video.
Just his hair is growing.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that grows on him is his hair.
His hair.
So to give the illusion he's older now,
Right,
he just
maybe
grows his
that's
hair
it.
out. Are you kidding me? He's the same. Look at this exact same face.
Keenan's got a couple other videos of him doing different Kesha songs without your meddling, and they've got 4 and 5 million views apiece.
So maybe I fuck.
Go ahead,
Who am I
redo it.
kidding?
No,
Just redo it.
it's done.
It's done. You sure?
It's finished. Keenan Cahill, he's not even big anymore.
No,
not really.
It's finished.
It's done. Is
Yeah.
it over?
Yeah,
That's a bit over.
Are those the lowest viewed
Mine?
Keenan videos ever?
Mine?
Yeah.
I think probably.
Oh God! It was a short thing. It was a short thing.
Mine is so the lowest. Mine is so the lowest.
Oh no!
You can't find one of his videos that's less than 1 million. Mine, 47,000.
Look at this. 55 million, 50 million, 32 million, 17 million, 16 million, 15 million, 13 million, 12 million, 11 million, 9 million.
And I filmed him when he was hot, too.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He was very hot still.
Now he's over.
And everyone's like, oh my God, that's going to do very well because he's never sung this song.
Built-in
It was-
audience.
It was all about when he did the popular song of the day for the first time.
Right.
And we got that. What's that song? Blow, I
Blow
think?
by Kesha.
How long ago?
Oh,
is it?
Kesha. It wasn't Katy Perry, right?
Yeah, it's Kesha.
Yeah.
That's probably 2
Might be
years
2
ago.
years
at
ago
this
by
point.
now, right?
Yeah, he's not hot anymore.
No?
No.
No, he had his moment.
And Opie had his moment. He blew it.
You talked over it.
You did.
And then
It was
I got
radio.
and then I got excited and I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna put this version up."
put the other version on. This is perfect.
Because
It was an
funny.
extra edit. I had a fucking.
It was funny when it was on the radio, and it was all exciting because people were like, "Oh, that was hilarious," and
Right.
Opie was like, "All right, let's do it. Let's get it up." And then everybody said,
I probably even uploaded it from
No.
my phone. I didn't even throw.
"No,
it
that
on the movie.
was studio audio."
Yeah.
So you made the effort of saying, "Give me the studio audio." I'm going to sync it with my video because that's the audio that's going to get the laughs.
All right, I did do that.
Then, of course, everybody gets on my case for it. That's why you get no sympathy.
47,000.
That ain't a lot of fucking views.
Poor kid that's getting 50 million for just farting. Oh, God, I suck.
Yeah, he did one with 50 Cent. That's 50 million. He did one with Opie. He didn't break 50,000.
50 Cent's in it, though, right?
Where 50's in the room, yeah.
Let me see that one with 50 Cent.
It's right here. He's in his shitty room, and the big reveal comes out.
Okay, she headed to the dance floor and she's
not even a good lip syncer.
No, he's awful.
He's just going blah, 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 blah.
It's just that he has a wacky head and he bobbles around.
And those Coke bottle glasses.
Heard you got that sticky. Let's go and take 9 shots. We'll just
And his face movements are interesting.
Yeah, he does a lot of
Unless there's somebody talking over it the whole time.
Oh, you look so sweet. What you working, Alice? Get your
All right, skip ahead. Nah, because the reveal's great for the time. I mean, this is an old video now.
48 million.
Yeah,
this was his biggest one.
This was 2.5 years ago.
Exactly. Right around when it was
all messy.
He can't reach things to pick up off the floor. His arms are too short. Can't bend over.
And look, door opens to his bedroom. Someone's walking toward the camera. It's fucking 50 Cent.
Pretty. And he gets down on his knees so he's the same size as Keenan.
Just like an hourglass, you see how fast an hour pass. Time flies when I'm on that air, but I won't put our shit on blast. Work it like a pro, sit and watch it.
How do you get 50? That's pretty cool.
Is that cool?
He was awesome for a second. Katy Perry's done a video with him. Justin Bieber did
They
one.
asked me, but I said no.
Where's the Katy Perry one?
When did they all figure out that he was a one-hit wonder?
I think he's still got another good one in him, though.
Meaning,
no.
I mean, he does a lot of
When was this
lot
one
of hits,
done?
but I mean,
This one looks a little earlier. How many have?
A year ago. This has almost 6 million.
Oh.
see, quite a drop off.
All right.
If you're in the 50 million
Oh,
category.
look at that. She got nice tits.
Yeah, she does.
I was thinking that.
Everybody was, I know.
See?
Stinks.
When you don't talk over it, it's not good for radio, is it?
No, but it's the thing is we're just enjoying the song.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have enjoyed the song that day.
You did,
yeah, but
right?
and I would have fucking had a 50 million view video.
Well, you did panic.
Because guess
I
what?
did panic. You're right.
If you take all you regardless,
fumbling with the phone. Goddamn 3G.
all you had to do was take the song.
Yeah, we figured that out after the fact. I'm going to post it with just the song.
It's not hot anymore.
I say you do it. Do
Yeah,
it. You
I
can't
gotta-
do any worse.
The Miz got in where he was still hot. That's 2 million.
That's not hot for him. I mean, I'd kill for a 2 million
Well,
view
I know.
video, but for him, he must be depressed. Like, fuck, I used to be the 50 million view kid. Now I'm the 2 million view kid.
Why don't you fucking get Chocolate Rain Guy while you're at it?
Hey.
I heard the Numa Numa kid is free. There's a dramatic squirrel in my backyard.
Star Wars kid.
You know, the video you turned me on to is everywhere now. The fucking cat in the shark suit.
Yeah, that one took off.
We were ahead of that, or
maybe,
you were.
Maybe fucking laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just adorable. Little animal videos are pretty goddamn cute.
Could we
Yeah.
get Keenan Cahill off the fucking computer?
Why are you getting upset?
Man.
Yes.
Oh,
I blocked that out a long time ago. I had those views counted for. Are you kidding me?
Oh, you were fucking, yeah. All right, you're like fucking Ralph Cramden, passing out cigars.
Right.
Well, Norton, here it is, my big viral video.
That's exactly right.
Make room, Mustard. There's a new viral
Yeah.
star on the channel.
Here comes the new viral video, Norton.
Mustard video's up to 11.5 million views. That's a show video, though.
That's
Yeah.
a biggie.
That's not an Opster video. Still waiting for an Opster video to fucking...
To really click.
Yeah. But Homeless Mustard is up to 11.5.
Damn.
Yep. Oh!
Cause I'm a crap.
He loves you.
I know.
He wants to come in.
Ah,
Are you going to be
he
all
can
right if he
come
comes in?
I'm fine.
You sure?
Sure.
I saw your Twitter over the weekend. The I Love Lucy color footage.
Yeah, how cool
that was
is that?
fucking weird.
Isn't it weird? They set it up really cool because they had the original I Love Lucy episode.
Right.
And Ricky's at his club there, the Tropicana.
Right.
And he's playing his conga drums, his little bongos, and he's doing ah ba ba loo. And then it's cut to a member of the audience who apparently had a color fucking camera.
Yeah, but how big was that camera back then?
I know, right?
Or maybe
fucking 55.
Or maybe it was someone. Nah. It's shot like someone was trying to hide.
It's just home movie.
It was a home movie camera, and I was thinking if the studio set it up for whatever reason, like, look, we could shoot this in color, but obviously, it's not cost effective, so we're not going to do anything with this footage.
Oh, I bet he didn't even have to hide it, dude. Back then, they were probably like, whatever. Guys in the audience, sure, they didn't think about, it's going to get out.
But them going from color to black and white, that's a terrific video. Can you put it on the Facebook page?
It is really cool. And I never really knew what was actually in color on the set, if they set things up with color or just everything was black and white because it's a black and white show, so all you need is black and white.
Right.
But it's apparently everything was in color. Lucy's hair is very red.
And how did that black and white shit work? Have you ever looked into it? Meaning, there's a way where black and white looks really cool, but if you saw with your regular eyes, it would be probably wacky colors to get those black and white shades just right.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
Yeah.
And there's probably an expert back then going, okay, you got to wear lavender and fucking orange because
so it looks red in black and white.
It'll look cool in black and white.
Yeah. They must have had to have done something like that, looked at the black and white and thought, all right, that doesn't look good.
Yeah,
the real
blue,
colors.
Right, the blue jacket doesn't look good in black and white, so we're going to change it to a whatever color.
Well, one of the famous examples, of course, is Hitchcock in Psycho. The blood never looked right. They couldn't get the blood going down the drain.
Looking in black and white.
Right in black and white. It never looked like they would imagine blood would look going down the drain. So they used Hershey's syrup.
Right.
Which is brown and shit, but that's what they used. And it.
But I bet you at first they used some kind of
red
shit, and it just didn't look right in black and white.
It didn't look right in black and white, so they used Hershey's syrup.
Does this make sense, what we're talking about?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. All right.
I think.
But it was so weird to see color footage.
Yeah, color footage from I Love Lucy. And it's better that it's just an audience member doing it. It's so weird, like to see them going back and forth. It's I Love Lucy, and some guy in the audience had a color camera. So he's filming it, and they intersperse it with the actual episode on this clip. So you see them doing the bit, and then you see it in color, which is, crazy.
This was not color corrected.
No, that's a guy with a color fucking.
Oh no, the footage is kind of shitty because he's filming around people's stuff.
Hit play. Let me see what it looks like going from. Yeah, here's the actual scene from the show.
The gang bang.
And there's the person filming it.
Is that wild?
Something?
Yeah,
Look at Ricky. What a smooth motherfucker he was. That's how Lucy would blow Desi. Like a seal.
She was hot, man. Back then, no?
Yeah. Look at Suzanne. Look at that shit, though, man.
It is so weird.
Is that wild?
It looks like someone's just old home movies.
And see what I mean by the colors? Those are weird colors. You would never pick those colors.
Like that brick wall is peach.
Right.
All I think of is the gangbang song. That's all I'm thinking. At the gangbang! And then, here's the apartment.
Wow. Who did this? Must be a production guy.
So I'm thinking.
Oh, not necessarily. It's the audience. It's
an audience.
They're talking before the scene.
Yeah. That's so fucking
cool,
man.
As hell.
Desi was very big into home movies, too. There's a lot of color home movies of the family and kids at their pool and stuff like that. Desi had a shitload of film.
It's so weird to picture these people in color because you really just didn't.
You just remember seeing that apartment and them in black and white.
Hope Fred Mertz comes in.
Ricky, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I have a surprise for you.
Blue jacket.
You do? Yes. Something that should make you very happy. Lucy.
Lucy.
You mean? Yes,
I can
darling.
fuck as many starlets as I want.
I baked your favorite pie.
Oh, boy. It's so fucked up.
Going
And
back
just
and
go
forth
back to
from
the
black and white
color line.
and color.
There's Fred
There's
Mertz.
fucking William Frawley.
They're coming out for a bow, shaking hands.
Yeah.
So you're seeing footage that was never shown because
Yeah.
that's a cloud. Wow, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty goddamn cool. Oh boy, look at Desi in the last fucking
You know
moments
what?
of his life.
He was only 60-something there.
Was he?
Yeah, I did the math.
Way.
Yeah, it's from 82, Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, my God.
So then I looked up his age.
Now, from radio to TV, you know, I couldn't sleep the other night, turned on late night television, and caught, are you ready for this, a rerun of an old I Love Lucy show.
Great.
Oh,
Well, that's amazing.
Wow, holy shit, it was only on all the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember the year?
I think it was like 1951.
What a fucking 80s hairdo she has. Like Dee Wallace in The Howling.
Dee Wallace. I think, too, that
Yeah, he died at 69.
reruns and
Oh, my
everything,
God.
it's never been off the air.
He looked like he was 90.
He was 62 there.
Never tried to
Oh, God, look.
imitate it or imitate it or anything else.
That's all the Philip Morris cigarettes.
64, actually.
Brought to you by Philip Morris.
TV history with an adoring audience whose response.
Boy, did Desi fuck everything
Oh, yeah.
that came across his fucking transom.
I told you we shot Lucky Louie right next door to that from Hollywood Center Studios.
Yeah.
And someone I did table reads in the studio that they used to shoot
Really?
I Love Lucy in. And there's these
Pretty cool.
steps going to the top of the place where the offices were, and someone was telling me that's where Lucy would have people watching Desi to make sure that he wasn't fucking any of the girls or taking them anywhere. They would watch him from up there.
Just fuck. Oh, look at him all bongoing.
I will not go back and do as many things as I was doing at one time. You know, I
Sounds a lot like Mars.
Again. I will not have to be responsible for
I think he was riddled with cancer at that point.
Yeah.
His lungs were gone.
He had lung cancer?
Yeah. Oh, that's smoking. Oh, my God, that's smoking. They used to...
Do portraying a corrupt mayor in an upcoming movie called The Escape Artist.
Well, let me tell you something, Sonny.
Oh.
Something. When little boys make up stories, they have to be locked up in their rooms. Now get him out of here.
Oh, what happened?
Desi's life is running smoothly now, and despite a recent major illness, he sees a bright future.
Recent
major illness. I see a bright future.
There was a problem when diverticulitis here. Everybody thought that I was dying.
Diverticulitis?
But, we Cubans are hard to get rid of.
Oh,
He
God.
probably didn't have a very good diet either.
Yeah, he only made it to 64. He only made another few years after that.
Jesus.
84?
Lucy.
86. So
They would smoke on the
5 more
show.
years.
I remember it was at some point, I guess Ricky's mother showed up and Lucy couldn't speak English and she was trying to carry on some kind of conversation. So she gets a cigarette and she goes, Felipe Moriso? Like trying to give her Philip Morris cigarette.
Getting the advertisers in there.
Philip Morris. Yeah. They'd always pitch Philip Morris.
Hey, we lost George Jones over the weekend.
Yeah, that
Country
country
legend.
guy. What was his big hit?
I don't know anything about George Jones except the name.
I just kind of, I saw a
guarantee if
picture
he-
of him. I was like, I remember him.
He pops
but-
a song on, I'll know it, but I don't know.
Yeah. What was this?
This is a song called
This was Johnny B. Good.
Yeah. I don't know this.
White Lightning.
No.
White lightning.
No, I don't know it as a George Jones song, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What
This
was
isn't
his
like
big
his
hit?
big hit, is it?
No.
What's his big hit?
Oh, got me a gun and wearing me a hat.
I don't think that's his hit.
No, I meant for you.
Oh.
What do you got, E-Rock? What was his big hit?
I don't know. I just have a bunch of number ones. I don't know.
Well,
what his big hit was.
go through a couple. Let's see if we could hit on one. She thinks I still care.
Just because I asked a friend about her.
Oh.
Just because I spoke her name somewhere.
I bet this turns around where it's like she thinks I care, but he really does.
You think?
Yeah, listen. He's doing all these things.
She thinks I still care.
But he's doing all those things, right? So, of course, he still cares. Just because I raped her on the sofa. Yeah.
We're having a quick survey on the phone lines. Everyone's calling in with their George Jones songs. Okay, they're all going with...
He stopped loving her today.
I'm looking for a third... Let's see.
Confirmation?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's saying he stopped loving her today.
Love you till I die. She told him you'll forget in time.
Did Pops like George Jones?
He probably did. We're listening to KLAC. KLAC, best in the West. That was the old days. It was a country channel. And now some Loretta Lynn.
Might have to get Denny down here. DennisFalcone.com. We haven't had him on in a while. Jimmy's getting sick of Dennis.
This isn't even a fucking...
Why are you getting sick of him?
What are you going to say to him?
So how would they have done? What would you... And we know
The
because...
shelf life with this show is horrendously
Really
bad.
is.
We love you one moment, and by Friday we hate you.
You're old
I like
hat.
that. No, I do like Denny. Hey, Make It Like This would be on... hey, do you think you could hit on the... What are we going to do with him? Hey, did you ever work for... What was the favorite time?
But we loved him.
I still like him.
What happens?
I don't know this song.
I don't know it
This
either.
is fuck. This guy wasn't a crossover artist. No one gave a shit when he died.
Whoa!
Sorry.
Why don't we take a break, and hopefully we'll get some Tyson in here before the show ends today.
Yeah.
Should we ask... A single should we take?
I
She
don't
may
know.
be done in a minute.
What?
Yeah, I
That's-
mean, we should take a single anyway.
What? That's what you're hearing?
Well, yeah.
You're hearing he's almost...
Let's take a break until we see him walking in.
Yeah, we fucking stop everything and come back live. How's
Okay,
that sound?
fair enough.
All right.
He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door.
So, it's
And soon they'll carry him away.
Okay.
He stopped loving her today.
a Negro.
Guy out there that can get it for us. So, Anthony Bourdain turned us on to some really horrendous stuff to eat.
Yes.
We haven't done the eating bit in a while. And where are we at, Travis? We can find the one?
Yeah.
The one thing, but not the other thing.
I can find lutefisk, or however it's pronounced.
But can't find that sharky
I
stuff.
cannot find the Hakarl.
Hot Carl?
The hot Carl.
Carl, yeah.
Jesus.
Maybe I'm doing a wrong Google search.
Hot Carl.
Hot Carl.
Everything I read is it's only in Iceland.
We got a huge audience.
If I'm
though.
wrong,
maybe they can find it for us.
someone
It's
tell me.
It's the rotting shark that Anthony Bourdain was talking about,
Fermented.
and then you ferment it. You rot it. You leave it. What? You leave it in the sun for a while. Let it rot.
weeks.
Oh, no.
Weeks?
No.
Is what I read.
It ferments and then you pickle it.
Who decided that's worth eating?
What kind of asshole wants that? Like, oh, I'd love to... that shark looks good, but could you leave it in the sun for a couple weeks?
Yeah, let
and
it
pickle
rot.
And then we're going to ferment it for a while.
That must have been starving people in ye oldie days. And then they were like, well, it's rotting. We don't want to die, so let's pickle it. And
What does
hopefully
pickling
that'll
do?
kill things.
Kill bacteria?
I don't know. It's supposed to preserve it.
Oh, my God.
I guess this type of shark has no like urinary tract, so you can do some other stuff with it. I don't know.
Wait, how does it tinkle?
I don't know.
What?
A no tinkling shark?
That's actually the scientific name.
So he spell it for the listeners. We gotta,
Hakarl.
we really want some of this to try. We're having a tough time finding
It's somewhere in New York City that I don't know about.
it. Yeah, we're hoping.
What's it? Shakarl? Shakarl?
I don't know.
A hot Carl.
Hakarl.
H-A-K-L.
Carl.
Ha Carl. So why don't you just go down to the Carl store?
Yeah. I was going to open up a little Carl shop too.
I was too. I have a thing I push, and I go, get your hot Carl here. Yeah. Get your Carl here.
And all the food blogs say it's one of the worst things you could eat.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those delicacies that nobody likes, but some people say they like.
Oh, here, go back. Go back.
This guy's
someone eating some.
Is this the hottest hot Carl video online?
Yeah.
Hot Carl.
We got little pieces.
Tiny pieces. Ooh, like it's a little mini marshmallow on a stick.
They're all standing around with like little teeny sticks.
The guy's smelling it. He's not retching from the smell.
Oh my god.
Guy ate some and he's drinking his beer. He's indicating it's not delicious.
Yeah.
But he's not losing his mind over it.
No.
I don't know what's in this.
Oh, he's having a tough time keeping it down.
Oh, he's not liking it at all.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
What are they drinking? It doesn't look like beer. It looks like some kind of fucking booze.
It's like a bottle of Hermes cologne.
All right. Another guy's stepping up.
They're all doing it, though.
Oh my god. That is not good. Thank you. I need it.
All right, this video sucks. They're just eating hot Carl and not loving it.
It's not that good.
The problem is the Brenneman's really nasty too.
All right. Where are they, by the way?
My mother would make hot Carl for dessert.
Iceland? How come they're not talking Icelandy?
They're probably visitors.
Oh, yeah? Tourists?
They're not losing their minds.
No, they're not. They're not.
One of my favorite things still is when we did that boiled meat barbecue.
Oh my god, yeah.
And Sam, just the second something would touch his tongue,
right, he would
not being able to handle
puke it out.
The boiled meat barbecue was great.
That was a horrendous day. What did we end up?
Gooey duck clam.
Yeah.
Oh, the gooey duck.
I remember going to my
who's that?
Chinese deli.
Oh my god,
who are these people?
Why do we have these
Sam
children
with no
in the
hair?
studio?
And an unrecognizable E-Rock.
2, 1, go. Go. Keep not chewing.
He would take one chew.
But that's how he is. He's not doing it like for show.
No.
You really are a child. Whole piece.
Oh, look. 2 people that are no longer here.
Danny's retching.
Fan could do anything.
Fan's just chewing.
Over by the garbage. What? It was for you. I just you just got to give me a second just to remember the garbage pail's right there. That's what it's there for. Just keep it in your mouth.
What, his shirt?
It's terrible.
Sure, you can do it. There it is. All right, here we go.
Yeah, Dan did it.
Dan did it.
Eat that wet shit.
Dan actually swallowed it. All right, here we go. Oh!
He's trying.
Chew it. All right, he's chewing. Chewing.
I think he was really hungover that day, and that's why he was puking. Yeah.
The wet stomach of that animal.
He's chewing. Oh, God, he's squishing it between. Oh.
What was that?
Wet stomach of an animal.
Oh.
Bubbles.
Oh my god.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was some of the worst stuff I've ever had.
Why do we have to boil it again? They wouldn't let us have an open flame, so we fucking...
No, we wanted to boil it because...
I don't know, I thought something happened, and that's why we went down this road.
Tracy had good ideas, too, because she was saying that every time we had a different animal, we should play the sound effect of the animal.
Right. Oh, did she love the idea of sound
Like if there was a pig, hopefully...
Right.
What if that's a cow?
I liked it when she came in our studio because she was hiding from management.
Yeah.
That made for a good broadcast.
With her witchy poo hair.
I know. I was attracted to her sexually, though.
Not in the least. If she came up to me and offered me anything I wanted to do to her body sexually, I would just leave. They would
I would just leave.
No, hey, Cream Pie Jones.
Hey, Cream Pie Jones.
That
They used
fuck.
to do normal stuff for us.
You know what me and my friends would call a hot girl? We'd
What?
say she's pussalicious.
Small Eric is.
Yeah. I guess we're not getting Tyson today, huh?
Oh, we have a few more minutes. Who knows?
Look like it.
If not, then not. It was only supposed to be a little.
Look at young E-Rock.
Very skinny.
Young Ward E-Rock.
Wow.
He wasn't skinny.
E-Rock, he wasn't skinny. E-Rock, what's the thing that's making you age more? This job, marriage, what is it?
All the food.
Say, this job number one.
Job number
food
one?
Number two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Food number 2. Marriage is good?
Marriage is fine.
All right.
He just says fine.
Fine.
That's
Fine, I
wonderful.
guess.
It's there.
Fine is just there.
Okay.
And you don't want to. We gave you a chance to say something better about it.
Come on, Eric.
That's why we stopped talking. We're helping you out. You're still with the. It's just fine.
Everything goes good.
Never heard of less convincing.
It's fine. My marriage is very satisfactory. Yeah.
You don't say it's fine, especially when.
Yeah.
She's
How's your
probably
marriage?
hearing this right now.
It's very pliant.
It's pliant. It's decent. We have a decent marriage.
It's there.
It exists. It's still existing.
It consists of respect and understanding.
But you want to go with another word?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with
Everything's wonderful.
How's
Wonderful.
your cohabitation?
It's great. There's no problems.
Breaking news. Tim Tebow has been released by the New York Jets.
Oh, yeah?
Everyone knew this was going to happen. They just were wondering when. It's officially has happened.
It's going to hit the news with that fucking AJ newscaster guy and trying to get a gig.
AJ Clemente. Still looking for a gig.
He will not get a gig. Anybody who just fucked up like that was good, would have gotten a gig with all the coverage he got in a second,
Right.
if he was good.
Right.
He's not getting the gig, not because he cursed on the air.
He will get a
He
gig.
stinks.
But he'll get a lame gig.
Yeah, if I don't even know.
But
if
I'm
he'll get a
surprised he
gig.
didn't even get the lame gig yet.
It was his chance to showcase himself to everyone on every news agency, and he couldn't do it.
You know what bothers me about him? He's got that big berry.
I don't know what's going on.
I thought it was a cold sore at first. He's got a giant berry right above his upper lip.
I don't know what it is.
You're on TV every day. You have to fucking get that fucking removed.
Get it taken off.
So Tebow's gone.
He was good.
He's gonna have a tough time finding a team. The Jets were hoping to get a little something for him.
I'll take him over fucking Romo.
And they got nothing. They got nothing for him. So they released him. Man,
Is he really that bad?
He's in trouble. They must. I mean, everyone has talked about how he doesn't have the skills like the mechanics, but they must just see something in practice that is just horrendous.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give him a chance at all. Tyson come down the hall to say hi? Oh, this is fucking
That's good. Arena football bound, yeah.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah. Is there still the CFL?
Yeah.
They probably don't even want him.
Really?
They take their Canadian football pretty serious.
Do they?
Seriously up there. Yeah, they do. We just don't give a fuck because we got the NFL.
Not like their hockey.
The Grey Cup. They love their Grey Cup up there. Yeah.
I don't care about it either.
Well, I mean, hockey's still by far number one, of course.
Oh, yeah, it's on
They
their
definitely
money.
get into the CFL.
It's crazy. You turn over their money, and there's fucking, like, one of their bills. It's like a hockey game going on. It's their 5.
Their 5 has a hockey game?
Their 5. It's like hockey on the back.
Travis, what do you
They
think?
love their fucking hockey.
Islanders Penguins. You want that, but that ain't happening, right? The Islanders going to have a tough time.
They're hot right now.
They are kind of hot, though. Now it's embarrassing because I got to make believe I'm
Boy, Tyson
been an
got
Islanders
skinny
fan all day.
Look at him. He passed the studio.
No, that's
He passed the studio. What?
No,
That's
not
different. That's an intern and another.
Oh,
No, see.
I believe that's a gentleman who enjoys the company of other gentlemen. I believe that's a gentleman who's never yelled boo at a cock. Just walk by.
But if you're in a situation where you can yell boo at a cock, isn't that a little suspect also?
Well, yeah.
Well,
I believe that when he sees a cock, his face, if you couldn't hear him, it would look like he was yelling boo. Boo. Yeah, but he wouldn't be yelling boo. He would be using his lips as a almost like when you see a ship dock in the fucking space movie.
Oh, right. Yes. That's
what he'd be using his lips as.
Sure.
Why is he booing that penis? Yet it's getting closer to his mouth. Oh, I see.
He really must hate it. He's getting closer to boo it.
Yeah. Why is his head going up and down in that man's lap? Why is he booing so vehemently if that man's holding his head?
No, I can't say the cock anymore, but he seems to be booing his balls.
Yeah. Exactly. And why is he pointing accusingly into the man's anus as he boos his cock and balls?
Boy, he really hates cock, balls, and anus.
Yeah, he's just pointing and making
accusingly,
making firm accusations. He's so angry, he's beating that man's penis with the side of his cheekbone. Wow, he hates it.
Ladies and gentlemen, stopping by to say hi.
There he is.
Mike Tyson.
Iron Mike.
What's up, Mike?
There he is. Take a seat.
What's happening in the news today?
There's all kinds of shit going on, right?
Oh, God, I'm going for it today.
Yeah.
What happens today? Pagan love God.
Yeah, this guy is I guess he was a politician or something, and he's shacking up with his 23-year-old interns.
Yeah, there's one.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, that's the one that I think he was having sex with, and then that's the one that they say he might be having sex with now.
You know.
Yo, listen, this is good stuff, man. I don't know why it's bad. And I know your guy saying Mike Tyson shouldn't be the one commenting on these stuff, but, he should tell his wife, I don't want to be married to you no more. And I want to be married to my young intern who's old enough to be my, a youngest daughter, but still I love her.
Yes, exactly. If that was an older broad with a younger guy, they'd be like, oh, she's into the, boy toys and everything. And that would be, acceptable.
Well,
but now that guy's a pig.
You should arrest him.
Right.
You should arrest him because he doesn't like being with his wife that has menopause anymore.
Right.
We should arrest him.
He wants that nice, supple ass.
Yes,
that
something
doesn't look
small
like,
and tiny and petite and nothing that goes all around like a big blubber whip. Like you ever see the balloon, the big bubbles, like the bubbles going to balloon and shake. That's a big whale.
The big soap bubble, and it's going in every direction. You don't know where it's going to end up.
Those big, just sloppy, white, big dough asses. You just put it on you, and go. It goes over your legs, comes down, drop. What the hell? You gotta go like that.
It looks like she's been sitting naked in a gravel driveway when she stands up.
Yeah,
looks like she brushed the gravel off, but
that's bad stuff.
It's terrible.
Bad stuff.
Exactly.
I never was into big fat people. Like I've done my share of really awful ones too.
Oh no, my criteria is just breathing. I'm complaining now, but I've been talking about the issue. I'm not complaining about me being with her, but I've been talking about the issue here.
Well, you have to know what you're talking about. So when you talk about a big fat ass, you know because you've been there at some point.
Big fat miserable ass that you can't form into anything. It just drops.
Right.
And she didn't have pants to be at their knees and stuff.
I can't believe Tyson did some pigging.
Yeah, you got to do some pagan stuff to know about God. In order to know the real God, you have to deal with some pagans.
There you go.
I guess so. To appreciate, as they say, to appreciate the rainbow, you have to experience the rain.
Oh, no doubt about that. And I've known what it's like to be with devil worshippers, so I understand. It's all about orgies and blood, and it's good stuff if you're in that spiritual direction, of course.
Of course.
Isn't it funny how mad people get at this? Like, instead of acknowledging that every man would want to do this, we kind of allow these politicians to be thrown, even if he's a good politician. We let him get thrown out.
When you're a politician, see, that's why Obama just hit the nail home on it, because he said, "Have I used cocaine?" See, all those other guys never had the balls to say, I've used cocaine. It's cool. I used cocaine, and now look what I've accomplished. No, not everybody. I'm the exception. I'm not the rule. I'm the exception. I could use cocaine during the college years, the best years of my functioning brain, and still succeed.
Yeah.
So Ann agrees with that. Ann's a big Obama guy.
Listen, but that's straight. What we did, you can't bring up nothing from the past. That's like me. No past stuff.
Right.
This is it.
Right.
It's where I ended up.
That's right.
Everything else is just the road to get you where you are right now.
No doubt about it.
You're going to have some bumps in that road.
I think
you know what I mean?
I think that was one of the biggest things that ever happened.
A lot of bumps.
He came out and he's flat, and we're honest. This is what it is. This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
All right? And still we're going to make this the best country in the history of this millennium.
Mikey, I got to say, I went and saw the show last night.
Well, thank you.
Holy fuck. I loved it. I was bummed it ended. And I hate sitting through anything. Alan?
Why? You have to have patience. I love the show.
have.
This is my favorite show.
Do you? It was an hour and 40 minutes of you talking.
Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund. He beat the Iron Sheik.
Yes.
He beat Hulk Hogan too.
Yeah. But now I humble him. I put in camel clutch and fuck his ass.
Yeah,
I, love
I
the
used
Sheik
the
now.
Iron. No, I saw the Iron Sheik not long ago.
Yeah,
he used to do our show.
He's batshit crazy now.
He pissed his pants on our show one time. He was sitting back there, and I was taking a shot. He was drinking beer, and you could see the spot in his pants getting bigger and bigger. He literally
had to
pissed his
go.
pants on the air.
He just had to go. He was drinking a little beer.
It's the worst/greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Was him pissing his pants on our show.
But he will badmouth everybody, and it's hilarious. Hulk Hogan, he's a faggot. I will fuck him in ass. You're just cracking up like this guy's out of his fucking mind. I love it.
He's out of his mind, but it's good stuff.
It's very good stuff. It's hilarious.
Good stuff.
But they're saying he's mellowed now, that he's not like into that anymore. He's kind of calmed down. And he's not doing. He's just calmer now.
His Twitter's
I think
hilarious.
age do that to you because I was with Howard Stern, and Howard Stern. He could be crazy, irritant sometimes. But, he's very nice and polite. Over the years, before I did the show, I said, "Well, I can do the show now because Howard's not the old Howard.
He's very polite now. Well,
he cares about children. He has
the wife, the dogs, everything. He's very mellowed out now.
He's not as radical. He cut the fro a little bit. Things are going good for him in life. He's very docile now.
Yeah,
awesome,
that'll do it.
So it's probably a better time to do it than say 10 or 12 years ago.
Exactly. Then we're talking disgusting things.
Yeah. So, Mike, tell me who you're banging.
my wife.
Would you ever notice, too, when you were doing interviews, how guys would talk to you in a way, because there's this whole thing of boxer and interviewer, where they never would have spoken to you that way if you had met them in real life? Like, taking liberties that they never should have taken.
Well, that's just a part of the business. I might take liberties, too.
Yeah, true.
I was always amazed at people who would do that. Like, the only thing separating you from a fucking beating is the two microphones.
Well,
right.
You're hostile, young man.
Oh, no.
Last night, even I could see during the pictures and he's down there, I could see we're taking pictures, everything's great, but he still has the "don't fuck with me" look on his face. I'm like cooling out, put my head on his head, loosen up, let's ride, baby. But he's right there. He's that way always in these events. Come take pictures. Got to still don't fuck with me. Why?
You know why? He's so obsessive about
He's got to get his picture.
He's like focused on just getting pictures.
Well, you know what it is? It was Mike and LaMotta, and I'm like, what?
That was serious too. True. Yes, he's 91. I'm talking to him. He's coherent. He's sharp.
That's amazing, right? Good for him.
And he was right. He fought everybody. The motto. Cuz used to tell me this story. Jake LaMotta, because back in the 50s, they had the mob and they set your fight up, and if it's a big, tough, it's a monstrous black guy, you want to fight him? No, I don't want to fight him. You want to fight him? And then you go to Jake LaMotta and say, "Hey, Jake, who you want to fight?" And Jake goes like this. This is so classic that people don't know about it. Jake goes like this. "I want to fight anybody they don't want to fight."
Oh, yeah.
Just like that. I want to fight whoever they don't want to fight.
What a hard-headed motherfucker, man.
Hard.
Yeah.
I was watching footage of him last night after the show. I went home and was watching Sugar Ray Robinson and LaMotta fight.
What a fight.
The amount of punches he took.
That's 6 fights.
Yep. Amazing, right?
Fights. That's the last fight you saw. That's 6 of them. Yep.
6.
That's unbelievable.
That's crazy. 3 weeks apart at one point.
Yeah,
Holy shit. Come on.
3 weeks apart.
Listen, that's how they were used. Fighters were used like animals back then.
That's crazy.
2 weeks. They had and every fight was a war. Every fight they had to go to the hospital, but it's 3 weeks later.
Oh, Jesus. My God.
Yeah,
you're still feeling that last fight 3 weeks later, right?
No, this is what I know about fighters. At least this is what I know about myself. I read books about fighters, and a lot of them are so scared inside, but they're afraid to tell people they're afraid. That's that's how they handle their fear. They're afraid. They never tell anybody they're afraid. They're cowards. And, and they still become great fighters. And it's not like now we can go to a psychiatrist. Well, I feel like this. I feel like a coward. I feel like this guy's going to kill me.
Yeah.
But you can't do that now. You got to give you some medicine. It's going to be all right. But now you just got to deal with, this guy's going to kill me.
Back then you had to just figure out what the hell you would do with yourself.
Back then when all those great entertainers were crazy actors, those guys had mental illnesses.
Right.
They just didn't know how to diagnose those guys back then.
Yeah.
Were you ever afraid someone was going to see it in your eyes when you were doing the stare down? Like, I'm scared and this guy is going to know by looking at me that I'm feeling fear right now.
No, because the only thing different about me and the other fighters I fought is that I understood my feelings. I understand when I felt fear. I understand that didn't mean that I was going to be a loser. That meant that I was preparing me to be better, to excel, to, you know what I mean, my highest potential.
Yeah, you were
so
able to
speak.
turn it into
Yeah.
some potential. We're being told you have to go.
They just want to get rid of me. I'm
No
they know I love the show.
Yeah.
We ain't even talking crazy yet.
I know. we got to have you back on sometime when you have a little more time.
Sunday night,
Definitely.
Mike. Is it this Sunday in Westbury?
Westbury Music Hall.
I highly recommend everyone goes and sees it. It was amazing.
May 4th is Boston. May 5th is Westbury. The show is as amazing as we told you.
I always look at the newspaper too to see this crazy thing. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a spoof. The world according to Tyson. All my spoofs will be from the newspaper. Listen, this is where I found that. Remember at that thing at the Empire State Building? Everybody got shot. I found out it was the cops that shot everybody.
Yeah.
I said, God, I think of these crazy guys. This is the cops that shot everybody. We got to get a spoof on that. And the cops go, yes, ma'am, down. Bow. What the fuck?
That'd be the show. Tyson does the news.
Yeah.
She'd be fucking doing a weekly news show.
What happened? Mistrial probe after Chief Ford.
Look, it's him now. It's him now.
That's a juror. That's a woman juror who fell for the guy who was convicted of murder.
Amazing.
Well, that happens every day. Because, you know, you go to the prison. You know, this guy killed everybody's mother in prison. Next thing you know, he falls in love with the prison guard. And she marries him. Gives him a baby. He done killed everybody and everything. And everybody's family member. But I just guess we don't know. People on people, you know, life on life terms. We don't know why people do what they do.
Mike, your people are going to get very pissed. They're freaking out.
No way. These people they don't get high. I'm the one that get pissed off to the highest of festivity.
Good seeing you, Mike.
Highest festivity.
Let's go.
All right, Mike. Thanks for stopping and saying hi.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Take it easy. Bye.
Mike Tyson, everyone.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
He's a fucking...
I love him.
The guy is great.
And
he's the greatest.
And he's in better shape. Again.
He is.
Every time he comes in here, he's even in better shape.
The guy's jacked.
Is it creepy that he noticed I'm just lurking?
Yes. He fucking remembered your creepiness with your pictures.
You leave an impression, Jimmy.
Yeah.
He loves coming on, though.
He's fucking great, man. Because he knows he could just come on here.
Well, maybe we could get him for some more.
Spout off.
Yeah, he's going to be in town all week.
They said during the summer
he's got a show or something, or a book.
Oh, great.
So,
and his publicist loves us, too. We weren't supposed to get him at all today.
That was very cool.
That was just a quick call.
Like
hey,
that.
you want to stop by and say hi?
He looks really good, though, man. He looks really healthy.
He looks happy and like...
Yeah.
Like and mentally, he looks in a good shape. You know,
he looks extremely healthy. He really does.
He looks like a guy who is sober and doing very well, which is nice. And we can't recommend this show enough. It's fucking awesome. It's moving. You see a side to Tyson. This is what I would love to ask you, but it was just so quick about him being so silly on stage. Like, he really is silly, and just like the goofy guy you're listening to now.
That's his
with the
personality.
News. Yeah.
But when he was fighting, the first thing we learned about Mike Tyson is he's an animal attack dog. When he would fucking bolt out of that corner and just pound the person and knock him out, that's all you knew. So the whole story that built up around that was all you knew of him. And then you realize, no, this is a guy that likes a good funny dick joke and fucking goofing around on the news and shit like that. Yeah, that kind of got lost in the fact that he was such a great fighter.
Yeah.
A fighter. A Navy SEAL.
Gary Busey was out there. I guess he just got here.
Why can't we get Gary Busey?
I don't know.
There's Gary right there.
We'll bring him in.
Yo, Gary!
He's doing Shade 45, I think.
Can we get Gary Busey in?
But
tell him open the door. I'll get him.
We're gonna get yelled at.
I just want to say hi.
Roland and us are gonna get yelled at.
Oh, can we do it?
Yo, Gary!
Oh, there he is.
Hey there, Gary!
Yo, Gary!
He's up against the door.
There you go.
Yeah.
We officially had him on the show.
There you go.
Why do we not get Gary Busey in?
He's going in the shade first.
He's pushing his ass against the window.
He's pushing his ass up.
What a mental patient.
All right, very good. I got Tyson to sign my completed Sudoku puzzle.
What?
Someone's going to be very happy.
That's a good one, man.
I might have to frame this.
You're not giving it away?
Come on, that doesn't look like anything.
That's Tyson.
That's Mike Tyson.
Oh, it's upside down.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
People are going to want that one.
Well,
they will
you ought to
frame
keep
it
that one open.
and hang it up on their wall at fucking home.
No, keep it.
Oh, man.
I'll give it away. Fuck it.
Give it away now.
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away.
Give it away now.
Busey was out there, though. He goes, he was taking a photo, I guess, for publicity with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And Kenny said that, he goes, grab my arm as hard as you can.
Oh, shit.
Why?
How'd that work?
Because they're weirdos, both of them.
Kenny?
No. Busey said that to Tyson.
Did he grab his arm?
I guess so.
Fuck. I guess we got to go home.
Yeah.
Are you doing Gary Busey on the after show?
Yeah, he's coming by at 10:30. I didn't know he was going to be here at 10, but...
Nice. Very cool.
No, maybe I'll stay. What do you think about that?
You're allowed to. You're welcome.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll stay for Gary Busey.
The Sam Roberts after show gets
some big guests.
Great guests.
You just had Mike Tyson in here.
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
No, that was a stop by.
That was a stop by.
That was just a stop by.
That's just because he loves seeing me.
But, you know, I mean, David Chase.
How was he?
He was good. I mean, he was a little tough interview, but...
Why? Did you ask him who killed, was Tony Soprano dead?
I did.
He's standing
That's
outside.
fucking-
Right there.
that's what you do.
Right there. See if he'll come in for a few minutes. They're pointing in here.
Oh, yeah?
I'll ask again with the shade to say they're live with them.
Oh, okay. Because he's standing outside. Is he
Big
coming in?
entrance.
I know.
He's a mental case. Guy's retarded.
They're trying to get him in.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, because
Here he comes. Fucking Gary.
Coming, yeah.
Gosh, come in.
There he is. How you doing, Gary?
Gary?
What's up, Gary?
Yeah.
You are coming back.
who's who?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Jim Norton, obviously. That's Sam, and that's Anthony, and that's
Anthony.
What's up?
Opie.
Anthony,
Jim Norton.
Jim,
Sam.
Sam.
Yes.
Huh?
Oh, you got to go over to Shade?
Well,
Who cares?
You're doing
I'll be over here soon, though.
Okay.
So I'd like to give you 3 things to remember when working with me.
3 things to remember working with
Pray
you.
for the best,
Pray for the best.
prepare for the worst,
Yeah.
and expect the unexpected.
Nice.
That works. Okay.
See you soon.
All right. Have fun
All
over
right.
there.
Gary Busey.
Have fun over there. He's going next door to Shade. Oh, my God.
He only shaved half his neck.
Yeah, did you see?
Yeah, he
half
missed
his
half.
neck
He missed half
is
his
he
neck.
missed
It's not
shaving.
shaving.
And it doesn't look like he missed just this morning. That looks like he missed for a week.
He's missed since September.
That's nuts.
Yes, Kenny.
When he saw your name on
Yeah.
the window,
Yeah.
he goes, Opie, his father's Andy Griffith.
Good one.
Fucking good one.
You know what? I've never heard that one before. So.
Chip, is that funny?
Fuck, I would have said, yeah, Gary Busey. How come it's not Gary Trainee? You know, buses BUS. Fucking wordplay humor. Or I would have said, yeah, Opie, what's he, Mayberry or something? He would have cracked up. Hey, Gary, where you from? Indiana?
Gary, Indiana.
Fuck yeah.
It's funny.
It's good.
All right, look, I'd love to fucking sit here with all you guys.
Stay for Gary Busey.
What?
No, that ain't happening.
He's doing Shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll listen on the way home. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
David Chase was in here at like 1:30 one afternoon or something. I got him for the Sunday show, not the after show.
If it was a Tuesday or a Thursday, I would stay. But
Okay, do your shit.
Monday.
I'm
Monday,
staying
Wednesday,
for Gary
Friday.
Busey. You kind of have to.
Are you?
Yeah, for Gary Busey, sure.
Yeah.
He's a maniac. He kept talking about Mechanical Dog last night on Celebrity Apprentice.
What?
He got so fired last night, but he argued, man. And Trump loves him.
Yeah.
Like, the other contestants all get so frustrated because he goes, who's the worst player on your team? Every time they go, Gary. And he goes, well, Gary's kind of a genius, isn't he? And they're like, well, no. Why? We just want you to fire Gary.
Fucking lunatic is what he is. That guy's crazy. He's got, like, does he give coherent interviews? Like, or is it just you say something and he just goes on with what he said? Like, there's 3 rules to working with me.
We're going to find out today.
Yep.
Hopefully he's brought some Buseyisms with him.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Sam, it would be my pleasure for you to give away the Mike Tyson signed Sudoku.
You can't, like, talk about, like, the Buddy Holly story that he was in when he was an actor.
Sure.
No, I mean, you could talk about it, but will you get any answers?
Yeah, Buddy Holly.
Dee Snider says that because he was on Celebrity Apprentice too, and Dee Snider said that Gary Busey is now under the impression whatever movie he did, he thinks he actually did that.
What do you mean?
So, like, if he was in Buddy Holly, he thinks he actually was Buddy Holly.
Like, he thinks he was
if he was a fighter pilot in a movie, he thinks that he
He's a
has
fighter
experience being a fighter pilot.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
You could get a double-signed Opie Sudoku puzzle, too.
From Gary Busey?
Gary Busey, Opie, and Mike Tyson.
No.
Huge.
No.
No? Just Tyson and you?
You guys want to sign this one too?
No.
It's a big get.
It's not my bit.
Yeah, but they might want it with the entire show.
No, they got Tyson on this one.
That's true.
Tyson is the get on that
What the hell is this? Oh.
This don't make no sense.
I know
Another
that.
tour coming through.
What the fuck is that? That don't make no sense.
Hi. Who's that? Wow. Hello.
What do people got to do to get that's a big Sudoku to give away.
It's up to you.
You don't
brother.
just take a call and fucking give that one away.
Ooh, I'm gonna have people start signing these dumb things.
That's a big one.
Tyson is a big one to start
Maybe I
with.
should frame this one.
That's a good one.
Didn't you already have something signed by Tyson?
I'll get a glove signed by.
I
him
got a
next
glove
time.
signed, I'm sure.
Yes.
And my pictures.
No, I'll give this to somebody.
You have a glove signed by Mike?
A glove. I have a couple photos, and I have a business card when I met him many, many years ago.
You'll just that's a whole fucking wall just for Mike Tyson. If you wanted to
I didn't get
display
anything
your
today,
stuff.
though.
No, I mean if you wanted to display your stuff. Like you have, it's not even, if you just took one thing from everybody that you got something from, it would fill up your house like a museum. But now you multiple things.
Well, I'm having shelves built.
Oh.
I'm having it's the height of my floor to ceiling. I'm having a guy's custom built shelves. So I can put a couple of the signed basketballs, and I'll be able to put a bunch of items up. It's nice. A couple of gloves, and, make it look presentable.
Well, that'll be nice.
I have a signed photo of Mike Tyson biting my ear.
That's a great
That is
one.
a good one.
Awesome.
That's a great one.
That's a great picture.
I actually bought a real frame for it with museum glass and everything.
What?
Wow. You should, and get, by the way, and make sure you don't put anything over the signature. So it's matted. Is there a
it's
little
got that
border?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get it matted.
It's probably my best picture ever.
Yeah.
Did it cost more than your TV?
The frame?
Yeah.
It's probably comparable.
Jesus.
No.
Yeah, I bet you the next time we have Mike, he'll come in and stay for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, you will.
He said it's his favorite show.
He
It's really
likes
good.
coming in here.
Cool.
When's the book? It's in August. Oh, in summer. Good.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Gary Busey next. in
Gary
about 15
Busey
minutes.
with Jim Norton and the incomparable Sam Roberts.
Utah, this Friday and Saturday,
No, why
Wise Guys Comedy Club. What's that?
Why don't Utah?
Yeah, why don't we ta? Why don't we all ta? Bunch of ton cocksuckers.
When is it?
Right?
I think I might have stepped on your plate.
Wait, and it's this Friday, Saturday. Chip Chippison, Wise Guys, Utah.
You gotta do that when Busey's here. He'll talk to you.
Fuck yeah, what's up,
Chip.
Gar? Chip Chippison.
Chip. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He'll respond to
That's
you.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, especially after he met Jim already.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Don't break character.
I'm
You
just
can't break
going
character.
crazy. I got so zooted one time, I didn't know what was going on. I was watching Lethal Weapon. I'm like, what are you, Mr. Joshua or something?
Hey, he was Mr. Joshua.
I wonder if he's got a Buseyism for zooted.
Yeah, what's the Buseyism?
It's where he takes, it's the, what's it called when you've got the initial acronyms. He has an acronym for everything.
Tell me one.
I have a whole list of them. Like he has one for fart. Fun is finding undiscovered something or other. Let me get it right now. Okay. Fart is feeling a rectal transmission. Is fart.
So
Feeling
he takes
rectal-
a word and makes
Yeah.
an acronym of it that kind of
Hate-
fits what it is.
Hate is holding a treacherous energy. Fun is finally understanding nothing. Love is living on victorious energy. Faith is fantastic adventures in trusting him.
Fuck is fornicating under the consent of the king. What is cunt? Probably carrying underwear. Nah, tomorrow. This is fun.
Do something.
Yours are terrible.
I can do any word you give me.
You just do terrible ones.
Write a few for Gary.
What's
Should make one for Gary.
Gary, how about guys understanding roaring? Yeah.
That's a gar.
Doesn't even make sense.
Oh, it's Gary. I
Gary.
fucked up. Gary, guys are around, yeah?
I don't like the yeah.
And guys are not round.
Oh.
I could do Sam.
Yeah.
See? Animals, ma.
That's just words.
His are the worst. Oh, God,
I
you
could do
should
that
do a few
shit.
for him. I do that, too. You stole it from
I do
me.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Fucking getting zooted.
What's chippa mean?
Chippa? Cool. Hip. I know. Please.
You gotta,
Yeah.
A?
Yeah.
Like fucking A. And the H is, huh? Fuck, people know what to make of me.
Oh, yeah, he's such a mysterious guy.
Yeah. Man of 1,000 fucking voices.
No, you're not.
I'd love to stay. I would love to stay.
All right, time for a pee.
I got work out. All right.
Fuck. The Opie and Anthony Show. And now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues. This is After O&A Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
Wow, After Opie and Anthony Live. I don't have a clue how to give away the Sudoku puzzle. And by the way, lesson learned today. Mike Tyson without his wife is a lot more fun. I don't know if that's what it was last time, but he came in like a house on fire today.
Yeah, he was ready. He had small time, but he made the use of the time.
He did. He made the most of it. Mike Tyson was, I mean, you think he doesn't like to be like excitable around his wife?
No, I think it also was, don't forget, it was a little earlier when he came in that time. And around his wife, he's probably just in a different mindset, like, you know.
He was amped today.
Yeah.
I don't know how to give away this Sudoku puzzle. It's Opie's completed Sudoku puzzles.
You should have BC sign it.
Signed by Opie and Mike Tyson.
You should get BC.
James in Virginia.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
Well,
All right.
really enjoyed Mike Tyson. That was awesome.
That was very slow. Not gonna stick with you, James. Not gonna stick with you. Gary Busey's coming in
10th
here in
and
a little
11th
bit.
is
so.
fucking Utah. I'm sorry. I'm saying Utah's this coming weekend. I don't think it is. I apologize.
Or Sam, do you hold it and get the rest of the people coming up this week sign it?
I don't know. I mean, other people signing it might devalue the Mike Tyson signature.
Depends on who you get on it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Let's get your camera hooked up for Busey.
he's gonna handhold it.
Sounds such a stud.
He is, right?
Can I get the disc with all these on there, the most recent couple?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I got a card I can give you after the show, and then
Sam gives
Opie
me
took
cards?
today's. Yeah.
Opie's got today's?
Because he's going to try to edit Mike Tyson video and put it up on YouTube.
Oh, okay, great.
But yeah, we always give Jim the memory cards that the
And
cameras are on.
I just have them at my house. I don't do anything with them, but I like to have them.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I try to save all the ones that I do, too.
good
You just
to
like to have them. 403. No, too slow. 218. You're on After Opie and Anthony Live.
Hey, Sam.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, not much, man. Love your show. Hey, I just wanted to let you know it's my birthday today, and I just got off night shift. I'm heading home for a blowjob, and I'd love to get that.
You're already getting a blowjob. I'm not going to give you the
Yeah.
Sudoku, too. That's not fair. Guess what? I was meaning to tell you guys this. Steven Singer's really done it this time. He's now offering FedEx shipping to Canada. I mean, you thought, you know, Mike Tyson in here was exciting. Gary Busey coming up is exciting. No, this is better. Canada. You can now shop online at IHateStevenSinger.com and have your gifts shipped to Canada. Whether you're in Canada or the U.S., you can find Steven online 24/7 at IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelers has a beautiful selection of gifts, perfect for Mother's Day. This year, Steven's really come through. He's got a beautiful super silver Argentium mother and child diamond necklace. It's only $149. So whether you're shopping for your mom, your wife, or your mother-in-law, Steven's
Or
going
your
to make
friends, your uncle.
No, it's Mother's Day, Chip. Why would you be shopping for your uncle on Mother's Day?
What if you're shopping for some friends?
No, not
Good for birthdays, parties, anniversaries.
We're talking about Mother's Day. You're distracting.
You should go to Steven Singer for Mother's Day. He got flowers.
No, he's got Argentium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about Canada? He don't go to Canada, though.
Yes, he does. He just announced that he ships to Canada.
Oh, because I was in Canada once. I wanted some Steven Singer stuff, and he didn't have none.
Singer. It's only $149. Steven's going to make this Mother's Day so easy, so don't screw it up. Give Mom a gift that will last a lifetime. Go online right now. What's that website, Chip?
I don't know, but I fucking hate Steven Singer.
Oh, God. Stop trying to be cute. It's IHateStevenSinger.com.
You didn't let me finish, cocksucker. I know what it is.
No, you didn't know what it was. You're just trying to be cute.
I was going to go, I fucking hate Steven Singer. Now later, like 20 minutes, I was going to go .com and everybody would do it.
There's no fucking in the .com name. I fucking hate StevenSinger.com. It's not
Me
a website.
too.
Oh. Check out the Super Silver Argentia Mother and Child Diamond Necklace.
Yep.
This... You don't even know what you're talking about. This beautiful necklace is going to make her Mother's Day special. Visit Steven Singer Jewelers, the other corner of 8th and Walnut, or call him toll-free. What's that phone number, Chip?
It's like fucking, it's like what you do after you say you were hungry. I-888 Steven Singer?
No. It's 888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER.
That ain't nice.
Or online with free shipping to the U.S. at...
Well, it depends on where you live. I can't give out no one's address.
And
How do I know?
It's IHateStevenSinger.com.
Were you saying where does it get delivered to?
No, free shipping. You can get it to the U.S. at IHateStevenSinger.com.
Yeah, but what about fucking Canada? What about the Canadians?
They pay for it.
For FedEx.
It's a little more, but it still works.
I couldn't get no fucking Steven Singer shit when I was in Canada.
Singer.
I was like, this don't make no sense.
Steven Singer is going to make your Mother's Day shopping easy.
Yeah, or you could just buy it for your friends. I bought one for my friend one time. He's like, I want some jewelry. So I'm like, hey, what the fuck? I want the Steven Singer.
Mike in Florida. It's the end of the live read, Chip.
Sam, I heard your show the other day. You are one of the best broadcasters I've ever heard in my life.
You're just trying to get a Sudoku puzzle. There's got to be something better than kissing people's ass that you could do for it. I don't know what to...
Oh, come on, man. I sat here and lied to you for a while. Leave me.
Sal, do you have any idea how to give this thing away? E-Rock, you've been in radio forever. How do we give it? This is the most valuable Sudoku puzzle that's ever been.
That is true. I don't think we should give it away, but since we have to...
What do you think we should do with it? Give it to you?
No, I don't want it.
Yeah, what do you want it, you cocksucker?
He just said he didn't, Chip. You heard him.
Yeah, why don't we just fucking give it to E-Rock? Could wipe his fucking asshole with it or something.
No, E-Rock, we're not giving it to you to wipe your asshole.
Yeah, well, you could sell it with your shit all over it or something.
That's disgusting, Chip.
What? Why got a Mike Tyson autograph?
It's called Sudoku.
Wordplay. Double guns.
Should have Gary give it away.
Gary Busey?
He'd probably eat it, that crazy fuck.
He's coming in here.
Oh. What's up, Gary?
What an ass. He's not in here yet. You're a fucking idiot, Chip. Oh, my God. So Mike, you went backstage for Mike Tyson?
I did, yeah.
Was there any? Was Spike Lee or any of those people back there?
No, just again Stackhouse and but again when you know Mike's coming in, it's like hard to be excited. And LaMotta,
Jake LaMotta was at Chiller Theater all weekend.
He's just the guy is again he's not really coherent. He doesn't talk that much.
No.
But Mike was so nice. Like when he comes in, like you guys can't see when he comes in, but he's very smiley and how he obviously enjoys coming in here.
I was at Chiller Theater. And I went, because Little Pete from Pete and Pete, who was on the after show like a few weeks ago, he was there. And so he said, yeah, I'll get you some wristbands or whatever. So we went, and they were like, yeah, I don't know who Danny Tamborelli is. I don't know who that is. And we were talking to all these different people who run the show, like, oh, no, we're guests of Danny Tamborelli. And there's no worse feeling than being like, I'm guests of so-and-so, and the people organizing the convention are like, wait, is he here with a business? I don't know who that name is.
Who was he?
He was on a show called Pete and Pete. It was like a big kids show back then. So he literally came out of his room that he was signing in and walked up to the guy and goes, hey, they're here with me. The guy said it was okay. And he goes, are you signing here? And it's the guy who runs the convention. And Danny Tamborelli's like, yeah, I'm signing. He's like a celebrity. And Danny's like, yes. And he had to show him his badge that said Danny Tamborelli on it. And the guy goes, okay, he puts his arms up. He goes, okay. And he leans in. He goes, what were you on? And he's like making, in front of his Danny Tamborelli's guests, he's making him prove that he's famous. He's like, no, I don't think you're really famous. You couldn't be. I don't know who you are. It's so embarrassing. I mean, that's already an embarrassing place. We were watching Butch Patrick from the Monsters have nobody.
Oh, no.
He had his table next to Karen Allen, from Indiana Jones and all those movies. Right. And she had a line, past Butch Patrick's table. But Butch Patrick was just sitting there talking to, one dude for 20 minutes. bored. And like just there's nobody there for him.
Fuck yeah.
What do you mean, fuck yeah?
I would have just played some of my fucking music.
Yeah? Did you get invited? They have bands out there. I'm surprised SFPs. Actually, I'm not surprised at all that SFPs haven't been.
Yeah, they were like, come play your new song, The Devil's Circus.
That's the name of your song?
Fuck yeah.
You think that's cool? How does it go?
It goes like.
You play the circus music with an electric guitar as if it's like cool. Oh. Dan in Chicago.
Hey, Sam, how you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I got a suggestion for eating that running shark. Get Who Kid in there and do taste with hot sauce and one without to see what tastes better.
All right, Dan, that wasn't funny. Luckily, Gary Busey's coming.
Terrible idea that was.
You didn't see him on Celebrity Apprentice this season, did you?
I haven't seen him since Carney.
So what do you want to ask him about?
Oh, just talk to him.
Just because he's a little...
Gary Busey. He's a wonderful actor.
Yeah, he's awesome. Gary Busey. How's it?
Gary? Right here.
Yeah, wherever you want. You're the guest. We're on the air now.
Sam, how are you?
How are you, Gary?
Yes, good to see you, buddy.
You have a great memory.
Yeah, I do. That's what happens when you have massive brain surgery and go to the other side after you die.
Did you go to the other side?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
It's like explaining an orgasm to a 10-year-old.
Amazing. Just
Amazing.
undescribable.
Beyond amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
it's just dynamic.
Did you know where you were when it was happening or no?
What?
Did you know you had gone over when you went over?
Oh, yeah. I was only about a foot long and a quarter of an inch wide, and that's the size of your soul. And your soul is housed in the column of your spine.
That's where you're... So, explain to me, do you see your soul? Are you your soul? I don't understand.
You're everything you are, but you don't see it, you feel it. And I was surrounded by angels that looked like almost the size of a volleyball. And they were gold, amber, light, white light, and they were moving like they were breathing. And the love and the trust and the truth of an angel is so powerful. You can't look the light right in the eye without going to your prone position on the floor with love and respect. And there were 3 lights in front of me. And the light on the left was abalone and mother of pearl colored.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that light came an androgynous voice that spoke to me in thought.
In thought?
In thought, yeah. It said, I can't impersonate it. Oh, my gosh. It said, you're in a beautiful place. You are going in the right direction. But for the responsibility you have coming up in you, you must look for help in the spiritual realm. You may come with us now, or you can return to your body and continue your destiny.
You had the choice.
It's your choice.
Wow.
And bam, I came back immediately, but I was still recovering from brain surgery. And a friend of mine, Joan Culpepper, God bless her, said, go see the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. I said, why? She said, an essence will come from your subconscious to your conscious, and you realize you are not in a dream. So I saw the movie. When I saw the white lights around Patrick, and I saw at the end of the movie, I started crying from down deep.
Because it matched what you saw.
It told me where I was.
Right.
My friend said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm really okay, because I have been there.
Wow.
Were you tempted? Sorry, Sam.
No,
go
ahead.
Were you tempted to go? Because a lot of people say they want to go over, but they're sent back.
No, what you do, you react only to the truth. And the truth you react to instantly without thought.
So whatever is supposed to happen, whatever is right in that moment, either going there or coming back, you make the right decision.
They told me I had a choice.
And you don't think this is... Because people say that sometimes experiences like this are chemical reactions from the drugs that you're under.
No, I was on no drugs. I went off a Harley Davidson going 40 miles an hour without a helmet and hit on a curb at Washington Robertson Boulevard in Culver City, California, and split my skull all the way to the top and knocked a hole in my skull about as big as a 50-cent piece.
And that's where you started, and immediately you're out, and that's where you started
I
seeing
don't
this
remember.
stuff.
My memories would not consolidate for 4.5 weeks because the right side of my skull and brain was dormant.
Wow. And so now Is your thought process different than it was before? Like, are you aware of, like, my brain is functioning differently than it was before?
Oh, it's functioning differently.
Yeah.
It's been altered to a great place. Like right now, I forgot everyone's names and I don't know where I am.
And
No, I'm kidding.
That's it, Gary. We need to help
funny
you.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a miracle and blessing after you've been there and come back. And you have knowledge of things that haven't happened yet. You have feelings of things that are coming in a prophetic way. And, a deja vu is when your mind picks up something faster than your brain.
Right.
And you feel like you've been there before. You've seen this before. You've lived this before. What I had after brain surgery was a vuja day. And that was, I would see things, and although I knew I had seen it first, it was like the first time I was seeing it.
So, has it affected your memory at all? Because when you act, you have to memorize roles and parts and all these things. And has it affected you negatively that way, or has it kind of helped?
No negativity at all, I'm happy to say.
What about the way you're shown on Celebrity Apprentice and reality shows you've been on? You're the star of the show, but a lot of it is, they kind of make a joke out of a lot of what you do.
Oh, they tried to, but it doesn't work for
You don't
them.
think so?
Oh, no, I know so.
Yeah. How do you feel? Do you watch the show?
Yeah.
After you've done it, you go back and watch the episode.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about the way it is shown on TV as opposed to what you lived through?
I like it. There were some things edited out of last night's show.
Like what?
And last night I was fired. Oh, when Penn Jillette said, "Oh, the mechanical dog will be great. It'll be comedy chaos, and then we'll go back to LG phone."
Uh-huh.
I said, "Okay."
But because in the show, I don't know if you saw it, Jim, but they had to make videos promoting LG, the
LG,
phone company,
right?
And
I was doing that, but I had no support from Penn or Lisa. They abandoned me. And Ivanka, Donald's daughter, busted them on the show last night, and so did Donald Trump.
Not helping you.
Not helping me at all. They abandoned me.
Donald loves you. And because I talked to the people who've been on the show.
I bet you have.
And it's much to their chagrin because, I talk to them and they go on and you see it. They're in the boardroom and Donald goes, "Who's the weakest player?" Every week he says that. And they always say, "Well, it was Gary," because they want to get Gary fired. But every time Donald goes, "Well, Gary's kind of a genius, isn't he?" And they know he's not going to.
Gary Busey's a different kind of man.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
Why does Donald love you so much?
I pay him.
Is that it? Yeah,
No.
payroll.
It's just a connection of truth, honesty, sincerity, and stamina. Because last night he said, "Gary, from when you were on here 2 years ago, you have improved so much. You're solid as a rock."
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't let anybody get on top of me.
Right.
There's a real fascination with Gary Busey. And people what would Gary Busey? It's like you've become this larger-than-life thing. It's more than the acting, where it was always the acting, and then something happened, and it's just people like you for who you are.
That's me. I'm surrounded by angels, and those angels are giving me information to say. I'm not thinking when I say a lot of that stuff. Hi.
When did you think anybody on the show was specifically dismissive of you? Because people tend to be. They're, "Oh, Gary's doing the Gary Busey stuff again."
Oh, Penn and Lisa were. They wanted to get me out of there.
So they were thinking, "Okay, we know we're going to lose this thing. Let's just get Gary out."
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, well, wait till you see the end.
Oh, my God.
You are going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah? Were you pleasantly surprised?
I felt like a virgin on prom night.
Oh, my God.
It was wonderful.
That's to say, as long as
That's a good thing, really good thing.
As long as it's successful for him.
Yeah.
Some virgins on prom night go home alone.
Exactly. They're walking.
No, they don't go home alone.
No?
They don't go home alone.
Do you?
They go home after shampooing somebody's puppy. They didn't know it.
I don't know what that means, Gary.
Figure it out. It'll come to you later.
All right.
Do you like the way things are now, like with the reality shows and all that stuff, or did you kind of do you miss your anonymity or your privacy in your personal life?
Oh no, I lost that in 1979 after the Buddy Holly story, but that doesn't bother me at all. I refuse to be bothered. And reality shows, that's a joke. They're not reality shows.
Right.
I mean, you're given a task, you're given a way to go, you're given a process to go through. You go through it and you make the best.
You know, one of my favorite things you ever did was Jodie Foster at Carney.
Oh, yeah.
Is one of my greatest memories of you is playing that.
Hey, I'm high and I'm dry. I'm looking for some bozo to put me in the water.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster and Robbie Robertson.
Yeah, you played it. How would you describe it? You were the guy with the dunk tank clown.
Yeah, it's called a bozo, and they come out, they hide from the audience because the audience wants to come beat the you-know-what out of him. And so I'd put on makeup and go out and sneak in the bozo tank and get knocked in the water once. I'd come out of the water and set the seat up and be right back on the seat and say, I didn't fall in, I just needed a drink.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It was a lot of fun.
Where did the Buseyisms, when did they start? Where did they come from?
10 years ago, I was dealing with my past.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get over the way I'd been betrayed, what I let happen to me.
What do you mean?
I stopped and said,
yeah.
I stopped and said, my gosh, what I'm doing, I'm living in the past. So I said, where am I now? Now, I'm in the now. So the first Buseyism was NOW, now, which stands for no other way.
Because that's the way you have to live.
Yeah.
In the now.
The moment of now is the most precious moment you have living on earth.
So
and everything you see in your life is a reflection of yourself. So reflect a good image of yourself to what you see, and you will be floating on air. And the word float, F-L-O-A-T, stands for feeling light on air today.
Wow. So are you sitting at home writing these, or are you sometimes spur of the moment with this stuff? Who do you need? We'll get your person?
Michael Conley, yeah, he should be in here.
Yeah, where's Michael? Roland, could you go get Michael Conley? He's coming in. He was just in the other room.
I want to show you Buseyism that.
Do you? Are these all written, or do you ever?
No, they're written.
Off the top of the head.
Book.
Yeah.
And
he's coming in right now.
I have a great agent at ICM that's shopping the book, and there are a lot of interested people.
And it's just a book about Buseyisms, of all the words and the meanings.
And then take the letters to spell the word.
Okay.
And create a definition. This is F-A-R-T, fart. And that stands for feeling a rectal transmission.
That's right.
And that's a bodily function which cannot be denied.
And there's a picture. Describe the photo, too. There's a photo of an outhouse with some type of a dust, which is probably a fart coming through the roof.
Here you have fun.
Yeah.
F-U-N, finally understanding nothing.
When you can let go.
And the note is, GaryBusey.com, you guys out there? If you said request for a Buseyism to GaryBusey.com and ask for an autograph, we'll get it to you.
Really?
Truth. Taking real understanding to heart. And the note is, the truth requires no questions.
Because you're understanding, you get it.
Peace.
Right.
P-E-A-C-E. Purely experiencing a comfortable energy. Peace is settling and kind.
And it does. It defines these words.
Faith. Fantastic adventures in trusting Him. Replace the word fear with faith, and no weapon used against you will prosper.
Have you changed any of these? Have you had one that you liked and then rethought it and went, you know what, I kind of like this new definition better, and changed it? Well, the original has always been
that's something about my out-of-body experience. This comes to me from angelic interventions. My angels are very attached to me, and I am to them. And I pray to them every day.
They've stayed with you the whole time.
Everybody has angels.
Were you a religious guy before?
Help, guidance, protection, and speaking through you, they will do that.
Were you a religious guy before the accident?
My mother and father, when I was a young boy in Tulsa, Oklahoma, started me going to the Christian church. And the main thing that I did Celebrity Apprentice for was Kawasaki disease, children's Kawasaki disease, which happens for children between 5 months and 5 years old. And it's no lab. There's no lab that can figure it out. And the symptoms are puffy lips, a strawberry-colored tongue, high fever for over 5 days, a rash, and conjunctivitis. And when your daughter has that, a fever for 4 days, take them right to the doctor and say, check for Kawasaki disease. And the BuseyFoundation.org is where we're receiving donations from people for recovery and research on Kawasaki disease, and all your donations are tax deductible.
Is it deadly?
Yeah. If you don't get it in time, the heart can have palpitations and go crazy, and disabilitating life and or death.
And that's BuseyFoundation.org.
.org, yeah. Send a donation, and you will have a legacy of healing children that you can't get anywhere else.
Are there things about yourself, because you're obviously you're charity oriented, you care about people? Are there things about you that are out there that bother you? This misconception about you, or that people think that you know is inaccurate? That's kind of irritating.
Well, yeah, the reputation of still being on drugs, and I haven't been on drugs in 18 years, and that was cocaine. I OD'd on cocaine May the 3rd, 1995, but that is no more. And I don't take things personally that people say about me negative.
You don't?
No, don't do that. That'll waste your energy. It's wasted time. It's wasted effort to write something that doesn't have to be righted because it's already right.
Did you have any experiences when you overdosed on cocaine?
Yeah, they gave me a drug that paralyzed my body and had me in the on the table in the form of a Christian cross.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a going on. That was my breath breathing. A tube they had in my throat about as big as an exhaust pipe. And I came back from that and went to detox and gone. That was it. That's a part of the devil you don't want to dance with, is drugs and alcohol.
And was that
methamphetamine and crack and book and deek, whatever they're calling them now.
But was that the moment of just being like the scariness of being, your body's paralyzed from this drug? I just never want to be back. You did?
Yeah, but I wasn't.
What did they give you? Did they give you like succinylcholine or something like that to totally paralyze your body?
Did they sexualize my colon? No. Where are you from? Come on, Jim.
That's what I would have done.
You better show me your license. No, I don't know what they gave me. What they gave me worked.
Do you, when you're on reality TV and you start watching it back, do you take lessons away from that? Do you start looking at yourself differently, as if to say, "Oh, I didn't know that was how I was, being perceived"?
Oh no, I'm right on the money with my truth.
You're very self-aware. You find yourself.
Yeah.
And so when you're watching, whether it's Celebrity Rehab, Celebrity Apprentice, and somebody's saying, "Well, Gary's just being Gary," when it's happening that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I don't take it personally, and I am what I am in a truthful, unfiltered, not self-conscious, no low self-esteem. I'm just being my truth. And the reason we're on earth living this life is to find the truth of ourselves. And when you find the truth of yourself, you become your best friend without warning. And then everything is just beautiful, and God bless everyone.
Isn't it difficult for most working actors to be kind of true to themselves all the time because of the politics involved in show business?
Well, there's all kinds of temptations and serious confrontations and issues of insanity that come with art. But that's what you get when you buy that dinner. You got to be true to yourself and be on the line of truthful responsibility. Just always take advantage of your responsibilities and consider other people's feelings first.
You do that.
And start every conversation with a compliment.
By the way, I did mean to tell you look great today.
Well, thanks. Did you get the check?
And you were saying something. Sam didn't mean to rudely interrupt you before, but you were making it more. You said something about betrayal, and you were going to ask about that. Like somebody had betrayal when you were talking about the Buseyisms, and I was kind of wondering how you were betrayed.
Well, that comes with the personal life factor that I made a bad choice on. There's been some relationships I've been in that turned out to be betrayed. It's all the lessons in life. You go through life making lessons, taking lessons, understanding them, following them. And the word failing, F-A-I-L-I-N-G, stands for finding an important lesson, inviting needed growth.
Wow.
So in truth, you don't fail. You just find a better way to do it. When you look at it that way, you're above the radar. You're so far above the radar, they don't know where you're coming from.
So do you look at that accident as a weird blessing then, because it opens you up?
Absolutely.
But do you think now more than before? Do you think you're easier for somebody to kind of take advantage of now because you have more of a goodwill? You know what I mean?
Say that again?
Do you think that now, since the accident, you come out, you have much more of a goodwill, you're much more truthful to yourself? Do you think that makes you easier for somebody to come and take advantage of your good nature?
No.
Because you're too keen and aware on what's going on.
See what's coming.
Right. And you kind of know. So you know when you're doing these shows which ones are the bad apples.
You can feel it in their insecurity. Mm-hmm. And that's what you saw last night with Lisa and Penn, insecurity and fear. when Ivanka and Donald Trump turned on him.
Wow. And they just started attacking.
What?
And they just started attacking, I said. Because, it's like, you know, you
They
get
didn't
cornered.
attack me. They ignored me. They cut me out. They wouldn't help me. They wouldn't say anything. The things you heard Penn say in the show last night, it was a private interview. He didn't come to me with any advice or any power or any strength. No, he abused himself, and so did Lisa, by not following through with what the true course of a task is, which is teamwork. Teamwork. All you need is teamwork.
You still got the music in your soul.
The word team,
Yeah.
T-E-A-M, that stands for together, everyone achieves more.
And that's true. But it becomes difficult because people want the credit, especially when you're talking about, you know, impressing Donald Trump.
Well, I've taken the word difficult out of my vocabulary. Nothing is difficult for this cowboy.
No, I guess not.
Now, will you hold a resentment against people like a Penn or Lisa who ignored you? Like, say the show ends and you see them.
No, I love everybody. I said that. I love them. I said it last night. I love them both. I love everyone.
Yeah. Were you happy to go home?
I didn't go home.
What happened?
Well, you'll see when you watch the show.
Oh, now we got another little tease. Are you coming back? There's what? I guess there's 5 weeks left.
Am I coming back?
Yeah.
You'll have to watch it, see.
We definitely will.
What do you like to do when you're not acting, and like what do you do when you're totally in your downtime and you know there's no cameras around? What do you enjoy?
There's writing I do, and there's I'm recording now. I'm recording a CD with some of Buddy Holly's songs no one's heard before, and some that were in the movie. And take a Beatles song, a band song, and a Beach Boys song. Those are my favorite groups ever in the world. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Music is the highest art form of them all. And Steven Spielberg proved that at the end of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Bom, 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 bom.
Yeah.
That is an intergalactic communication value. Music, sonic waves, pitches we can't even hear on Earth.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I would say, do you think that, like, when you portray a guy like Buddy Holly, who's such a legendary figure, and you look back on it, like, do you think, like, if he was alive and he saw the way I portrayed him, he would be very happy with what I did?
I know he was happy because he was singing through me in the movie. I didn't realize that till the movie was over. When I came home on December 30th, the day the movie wrapped in 78, I felt a great spirit of enthusiasm and genius had left me. That was Holly.
Huh.
And you, so, because they didn't lip sync his stuff over, like, they didn't have, like, impose his stuff over you. They
Oh,
actually had
no,
you
that was
singing.
me singing. I was singing and playing.
Was that always the intention, or was that something that just kind of happened during the
That was the intention of the people who did the movie. People from Philadelphia. Steve Rash directed it from Sulphur Springs, Texas. And, boy, that union that we had was angelic. Stephen Rash and I.
Yeah, it's just one of those that was kind of like the career launching role, really. It seems like that was the one that kind of set you on the. I mean,
yeah, it was.
Had you done Carney before that, or was that after?
After.
Okay.
How was meeting Mike Tyson out here? We saw you out in the hallway.
You and your what?
Meeting Mike Tyson out here. We saw you out in the hallway snapping photos.
Meeting your
Mike
fiance?
No, you've never met my fiance.
No, a lot of people have.
Are you engaged to Mike?
I'm not engaged to Mike Tyson. I would love to be. He's a charismatic guy, but
Yeah, we're old buddies.
Are you?
Yeah.
How'd you meet him?
Long ago at Warner Brothers. We were there for a publicity deal. And Michael and I were taking a picture, and standing between us was Bugs Bunny. And Michael said to me, Gary, when you went down that motorcycle, we were praying for you. We stopped boxing and got on our knees and prayed for you. And I said, thank you, Mike.
That has to feel
God
good.
bless you.
Yeah. He's another guy, though, like you, kind of has gone on this spiritual journey, and the Mike Tyson that we see now is very different from the one many years ago.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, is that what it was? Yeah. It's called a reality
That's
check,
my
I guess.
motto for life. Welcome to Earth.
You had a weird situation a couple weeks ago on Celebrity Apprentice. It made me laugh, and I hope you don't take offense to that, but when you were talking to the Board of Tourism from South Africa, you kept mentioning that you had heard murders when you were in Johannesburg.
I went to Johannesburg, South Africa to make a movie, and I shouldn't have said that, but that was my reality to South Africa. But I moved from Johannesburg 20 miles away to Sandton City, And it's a beautiful country with beautiful people and beautiful art. Worked with the Zulu and the Swahili warriors and learned how to kill lions with a short spear. So be careful when you come at me growling. I'll get you.
So you learn how to throw them or actually kill them while
You
you're
don't throw them. You get down.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
demonstrating.
Get down like this.
Uh-huh.
With the spear's about that long.
Yeah.
And when the lion jumps, you go, bam, right here.
You have to get him in the throat while he's jumping at you?
Absolutely.
So you make yourself almost a prey. You make yourself
Christ.
a
Oh, yeah.
potential prey for the lion.
It's called bait.
Yeah, but then if you don't do the stick thing right,
Yeah.
he gets the bait, doesn't he?
You might be dancing with a lion.
Yeah.
And you will not be leading.
Yeah, what if your stick breaks? That would be my fear, that the weight of the lion would just snap the stick.
Well, you got to use your force of your shoulders and your arms and your legs, and I like touching you.
It feels I'm very touchable. People tell me this something.
You are.
Something mushy about me that just makes people want to
You're
see
like
if I'm.
a little sexual sponge.
Is that the first time you've been described as...
It certainly is, and there's no one I would rather have say it than Gary Busey to call me. We met many years ago. Very briefly, you came to a show I was opening for. I was opening for Dice Clay in New Jersey.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and you came to the show.
At the Rotten Room or something like
Rascals.
that.
It was called Rascals.
Yeah, Rascals. There.
Are you a comedy fan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh.
Who are some of your comics that you're into?
Huh?
Who are some of the comedians that you like?
I like them all.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, listen, what I appreciate about Gary is that it's the same thing he was talking about with the South African border tour. It just, that's the truth that comes out. Maybe he will realize at some point that...
What now? Say that again.
What I like about you...
Oh, good.
Is that at some point you'll realize, maybe mentioning to the Johannesburg people that you had seen murders there was not the right thing to say at the time, but in that moment, that's what you associated with Johannesburg. You saw Jim over there, and what did you associate with him? Being a sexual sponge. You know what I mean? You say...
Look at this guy.
What the truth is.
We need to get some shirts that say sexual sponge.
Would you
like
do that? Maybe
sexual sponge.
Yeah, sexual sponge across the front.
Maybe a new Twitter handle or something.
I kind of like that.
There's a lot of things that can happen.
I think it'd be good. Sexual sponge. Twitter's this.
And you're just Gary Busey on Twitter. Are you the real Gary Busey? Because I've seen a lot of fake
That's
Gary
it.
Busey.
It says the Gary Busey.
The Gary Busey on Twitter.
Yeah, follow me, man. I got some funny things to say without conscience.
And you do your own thing. You do your own Twitter as opposed to a lot of celebrities who don't do their own Twitter at all.
Oh, yeah, I do my own thing constantly and consistently and reverently and good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I don't think Gary would allow somebody to send something out to the internet that said it was under his name.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
What do you get when you cross a Raggedy Ann doll with a Pillsbury Doughboy?
What's that?
You get a little short, fat, ugly redhead with a yeast infection.
Well, Gary, on that note, we're out of time.
I know how to get out of this shit.
So keep watching Celebrity Apprentice, right? Because
Yeah, keep watching it because you'll have fun next week. Even though I'm not on the show, you'll have fun seeing the others scramble, sink, and drown.
Gary Busey, thank you so much.
Hey!
We'll talk to you again soon, hopefully.
God bless New York. I love it.
All right, Round and Fez are up next.
Sam Roberts and Sexual Sponge signing off.
Goodbye.